Pam, 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 pam.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Happy Friday. Lenny, how you doing today, my friend?
All good, very good. And very looking forward to another trading day. It was a lot of fun this weekend. We're going to continue today. So everything is fine here. Slept good, life's good. So let's go. Let's
Yep,
go,
yep,
let's
yep.
go.
Absolutely, man. Everything is beautiful today. Okay. Let's get to it, friends. Quick look at our gappers list this morning. See what we have going on there. As you can see, if I can pull it up right over here, we got a couple of things in the green. Look at this buy at 154% up. That is just wild. So we'll see what's going on there. But for the most part, a pretty tight gappers list compared to a few things we've seen over the last couple of days. With again a lot of swings, more to the upside than anything else. And then earnings, we got a few companies providing earnings that have been dropping. Everything else pretty much following the overall market. As you see here, I think Affirm had earnings last night. QBT has coming back from their insane move yesterday. I mean, that stock was wild. So a little bit down today, some profit taken. I'm sure that could be a good one for second day play. So we'll get into all of that this morning. Before we do that, let's take a look at our U.S. economic calendar. Lenny, we got a couple of Fed speakers today. Again, I don't know how much they're going to affect the overall SPY, but I see that we got a couple of them scheduled for today.
Yeah, definitely. We got some of the Fed people speaking. So let's see what they are going to discuss. Like Powell already said 2 days ago, Wednesday was the big FOMC Fed day. And Powell said basically that there was uncertainty, inflation was getting higher, but overall the economy was still doing well. So let's see what these Fed speakers are going to add to it. Let's very interested to see what they're going to share with us.
Yeah, should be interesting. What's gonna be interesting for sure is after hours. I mean, not after hours. This weekend, right? What's gonna come off this weekend from all these trade talks that we were having? So, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody on YouTube. I see you there. Let me make sure we guys are set. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's get into it, guys. Take a look at the first one here. Rebuy. I already have it up here. Just massive move up. 141% gap up this morning. And I mean, it's just wild. A lot of activity. Up 6 million shares traded. This is called We Buy Global. It's the name that I'm seeing here on the platform. Hard to borrow, so no shares for no short for interactive brokers on this one, unfortunately, but clearly in play. And it's not a low flow. It's sitting at 47 million shares flow. So it's a little bit on the higher side. Lenny, what's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, so they got added back to the Nasdaq. Apparently, they were removed because they didn't were compliant anymore. But they're now compliant again. They fulfilled the compliance requirements, and now they're back on the Nasdaq. That's what I know about it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to add it to my watch list. I think.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add it either, man. This looks a little bit too wild for me, so it'll be off my list. But that's the reason there, guys. Again, in play for sure, but not something I would typically trade here. So just be careful on this one, and you can't short it, which is not good. TTD, the trade desk. We watch this ticker a couple of times a year when they are having earnings or some kind of major news. That's the only time I look at this company. They can be tradable today. You can see they had a few weeks back, or a couple of months back, they had a big gap down there, and it looks like mid-February. So huge downturn there. And since then, they have not been able to recover. It's just been downhill. Today, they're trying to get a breath of fresh air, a little bit of life showing right now. We're gapping up 14%, 562,000 shares traded. Lenny, this thing seems to want to find a bottom and maybe head northeast. What's driving them today?
Yeah, so they have earnings. As you can see in the daily chart, they're really gapping up from a range. They're gapping up from the really just like from the last 2 months. Still, we're below where we gapped down half February, but we gapped up. They reported earnings, and the earnings actually exceeded all expectations. Good growth on all fronts. They were better than expected. TTD, 25% growth. So that's what leading this move up. Now up 14.6%, 570K shares traded almost. I might put it like on a list very far away, but just more out of curiosity to see how it will develop. I'm not really looking to trade it today. Prefer to stay with high liquid stocks.
Yeah, same here. Again, this stock just normally doesn't trade very well, so it's going to be off my list here. All right, let's take a quick look at our list. So we got the first two out of the way, and let's get to some other stocks that we're more familiar with. Pins, Lyft, and GPUX up another 9.7. Wow, that stock is just flying. Pinterest, we're looking at it this morning. They're up 13%, 642,000 shares traded. And these guys, some good news. They're not concerned about any downturn, Lenny. As far as the overall market, you can see here they're popping up 13%, showing a good signs of strength in this what people are somewhat concerned tariff type situation. What's the latest and greatest on this one?
So they reported earnings. Pins reported earnings, and they're surging on a very strong revenue growth. So that part, the revenue, it really grew a lot. That's and the market likes it. They're really gapping up now from the range where we gapped down since the tariff war early April, gapping above it. So that's pretty nice. Post market, we saw some strength, consolidation. The pre market, also some consolidation. I'll also put it like a little bit below my watch, not on my A list. But I'm just out of curiosity. It's like these Chinese stocks are not have been my favorite last year, last 2 years. Uh, it could trade well. Often it's also just a a minefield. I would only trade if the setup is really, really perfect, gives a perfect ABCD setup or a perfect 5 minute opening range breakout with a lot of volume. But I expect like from 50 times looking at it, 49 times, maybe 47 times, I won't be trading it. Just in an exceptional situation. So I'll be having like somewhere on my list, but far away, not on my A list.
Yep, yep, understood. All right, guys. So Pinterest here, gonna be on my secondary list. It's a hit or miss. Plenty of times we've seen this thing do well. Other times it's just bombs. So we'll see what it does today. Today's their day. If they're going to do anything, they got the best chance to be able to do something this morning with that earnings news. All right, let's take a look at the next one. It's going to be GPUS. So GPUS, if you guys remember yesterday, this thing was high flying. It's been up quite a bit. I mean, before all the madness, they were hanging out at what, $1.32. If you see it down here, so pretty low. In the last 3-4 days, they've just been crushing it. So it looks like they want to go higher. I mean, it is up 16.5 today. Hard to borrow on this one still. This is hyper scale data. Their float is 1.4 million shares float. But typically low flows will start giving up and it will start dying down. This one seems to not be done yet. So looks like there's more action to come. Lenny, will you be watching this one? Also, I don't think we ever talked. Do you trade any low flows? Is that something you look at, or not sure we
No, no,
asked you that before?
no, I don't trade any low
Okay.
floats. We like to have the high liquid stocks, the mid-high caps, the large caps. So I don't trade low floats. Also, don't prefer
Hmm.
not to trade stocks below $10. Yeah,
Right. Right.
GPUS. This really has been like the the line through our red line through our this week and through also to last week. No, actually this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, to this week, every day where we have seen it like on the gappers list. Yeah, things are happening. We see like also some selling pressure on the daily chart. We see the big wicks, but still we're making higher lows every day. So yeah, it could move. Intraday, I'm not sure if it's really a good trading stock. If you look at, for example, the 1 minute chart yesterday, I, I don't see really any tradable. If I look on the so on, go to the 1 minute chart for yesterday, I don't really see very tradable moves. I see a really erratic price action jumping up and down. So no, I won't be putting it on my watch list, but it's interesting to see like how it has developed this week. But for now, it seems to have like selling pressure from the top side on the daily chart, higher lows. But no, I won't be putting it on my watch list. Low float plus below $10. And also, if I look at yesterday's intraday price action, it trades very erratic, not really clean.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Won't be watching it here either. We'll move on to the next one. It's going to be Lyft. Again, just be careful with these low flow stocks. Like GPUX is in play. I'll put it on a secondary just to watch it, just for fun. This will be just for fun. We're not going to trade this thing. So we'll put it there just for that and just to see how it plays out. All right, let's take a look at the next one on here. It's going to be on our tradingterminal.com, guys. You can always get this gappers list off tradingterminal.com completely free, and some other ones become active once the market goes live. Lyft this morning on here today. Lyft and Uber. Uber's been trading pretty decent actually, so I can't get on them. They've been actually doing pretty good the last couple of days. Let's take a look how Lyft has been doing. They're gapping up this morning 10%, 1.2 million shares traded. I usually prefer to watch Uber over Lyft, but I see Uber's not joining this party today. So what's going on with Lyft? What's driving them forward today?
Yeah, so Uber reported earnings early this week. Lyft is like the smaller brother or sister from Uber, how you'd like to call it. So Lyft, they reported earnings this morning. No, I report earnings. Yes, no, yes, they report earnings this morning. The revenue was a little bit below expectations, but they showed more strategic plans. They're going to expanding abroad, and they're also going into partnerships with autonomous vehicles in the robotaxi space. So I think the market likes the strategic expansion, going abroad, going foreign, and also into the robotaxi space. So the market liked it, 10% gapping up. Pre-market, yeah, we said a spike up, then we see something of a consolidation, a pullback. That's all net, not that clean. I just like these. I find these companies interesting. Uber, Lyft. There's 1.2 million shares traded, 10% gap up. It's gapping up from a daily range. So yes, I'll put Lyft on my watch list. I might be also be looking at Uber meanwhile to see if something of a trend's happening in Uber. But yeah, I think I'll put Lyft on my watch list. What about you, Carlos?
Yeah, I probably won't put it on my watch list. I mean, I have a very hard time trading it. So for that reason, I'm going to keep it off. But I'm glad you're watching it. I'm glad you're watching it because then you can throw it back out to us if you see something you do like that we can kind of trade, right? And in this week, I forgot what day it was, but one of you guys, I think it was SMCI, you called it out to me. Like I had it on my watch list, but I was not looking at it. And you guys noticed the way I trade already by seeing the live pre-market live trading. And somebody called it out. I went up, so like, oh yeah, that is my setup, and we took a trade. So power of being with a community is awesome, man. A lot of eyes looking at different things. One person can see everything all at once. Let's take a look at the next one. ASST, assets in entities on here. I don't know what this is. As far as the daily, you are getting some movement here. Oh, we saw this a couple of days ago. Yeah, this thing has been moving up higher. I'm not sure about this one. Not a big fan of this one at the moment. I'm looking at the intraday action on the 5 minute. I don't like it, Lenny. I'm not sure if you do, but it won't go on my list.
No, I actually never traded it. There's been I see it has been trading mainly. Also, it has been listed so long, if I see correctly, since 2022. It has been trading for a very long time below $5. I never traded it. It's also still trading below $10. No shares for short, so I won't be putting it on my watch list.
Yeah, we'll leave it alone. Let's move on to something better. Hopefully, back to our list here. A couple of more. These names are not great. BP, AG, Hood, yes. But these names here, I mean, we traded so many years by now. Start picking up the names that just don't trade well. BP is one of them. I know they're talking about some kind of takeover. It's like I don't even care. It's not going to be on my list. They trade horrible. I'm going to skip on this one. Lenny, will you have this one on your list?
No, 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 I don't like
Yeah,
the big
it's just
oil
garbage.
pickers.
Yep, garbage. Same thing with AG. This is First Majestic Silver. I don't like the way they trade. For day trading, it's just not my thing. I'm gonna skip this one as well. So we'll move right down to Hood. Lenny, unless you have anything to add on AG, we'll go straight to our good buddy
Wow.
Hood, which can trade very well. Can trade very, very well. So this morning we are up here 2.1 737,000 shares traded as Bitcoin. I consider this not like a Bitcoin stock. I know Peter always reminds me to do other stuff. I know they do, but they're moving with Bitcoin. Like nothing else matters for whatever they're doing on the side, at least not for the perception of the way it's trading with off the daily, right? You look at Bitcoin, look at Hood. It is just now has become a Bitcoin type play, and Bitcoin over 100K last night, doing well there, and you can see here a lot of stocks reacting to at least Hood is. So I like them. I think they can trade very well. I will add them to my list. I'm not sure how the other ones are doing. If we take a look at Mara, not really doing a whole lot. Coin, I know they had earnings, so we'll get some in a second here. They're pretty much flat after earnings last night, not doing so hot. Who else we have? MSTR is a risky one. Got to be really careful. Also has been moving up over the last couple of days. So again, pick your favorite, but I do like Hood. I think it can trade very well. Lenny, remind us of your favorite one when it comes to the sector, and are you going to be watching Hood today?
Yeah, the thing is, so Bitcoin has been very strong and also has been coming strong last days. Now above 100K, 102, 103K, I believe. That could indeed be the reason why one of the reasons why Hood is up. There's also, of course, a lot of yeah positivity, right? The US UK deal that came out yesterday, or got announced yesterday, which is I don't really find it really comprehensive. Not really that. It seems to me more like a symbolic deal, but maybe I've been checking it wrong. But there's been like a lot of positivity overall. Also, like Powell speaking 2 days ago, saying that the economy overall is very good. This weekend we got the Chinese US talks, and there's already the rumors are there that Trump is going to, in the weekend, lower the tariffs to 60% from the now 145%. He also tweeted this morning, we're going to go to 80%, which is interesting because he probably thought it's going to be accepted, seen bullish by the markets, right? Because we're going from 145 to 80%, but the rumors were that it was going to go to 60%. So perhaps him saying 80%, the market could consider it a little bit bearish because they had hoped for a little bit more, right? That's how dynamic and fast pacing the markets move. But going back to Hood, yes, we see some very strong days. Last 3 days closing at the high, increasing volume. Yesterday speeding up, today gapping up again on the daily chart. So if anything, I think Hood could be interesting, right? We got a 2.1% gap up, definitely over average. We have a 750K shares traded in the pre-market, also over average and also over average for Hood. So if anything, Hood, I'd like to put Hood on my watch list. Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. Hood will be on here as well. For me, I'm gonna put in the main list for now. We can always move it down if we see something better, but for the most part, on the main list at the moment. I think yes, that does cover our gap up list. So a couple of things. This other one came up here. Is this SWKS? Is this Skechers? No, Skechers is different. It's SK something. SWKS. What is this? Skyworks. All right, so Skyworks made its way onto our list. I don't know why it looks brutal. So did I get the ticker right? SWKS. Yeah, this is garbage. All right, we'll leave that alone. Let's move on to our gap up list, friends, and see what's moving there. We do have a firm with some news today. Obviously, not today, but earnings last night. They're down 6% here, 800,000 shares traded. And then it looks like earnings did not go so hot for payment processing. They do payment processing, I think, something like that.
Yeah, they're in a financial fintech company. They reported earnings. Earnings were actually good. Revenue was good, but they have like a cautious outlook. So their outlook, the CEO was a little bit cautious on it, and I think that's what causing this gap down in a firm, 6% gapping down. On the daily chart, we gapped down compared with yesterday, but we gapped into a potential support. Pre-market, yeah, just could say moving sideways, slightly moving up, not really sure. The question is also like, is there like good room to move to the yesterday close? Not really sure. I'm not gonna put it on my A list or B
Yeah,
list. I think no, no, no. I
yeah,
won't be putting it
it,
there.
yeah. It can be messy. It has traded well in the past. Like we've seen it do some stuff, but for the most part, it's not the cleanest. I'm inclined to put it on the list. I mean, we don't have a lot that's on this gappers list today, but let's see. I'm gonna keep it off. I'm gonna put a note here to just check it later. But I won't put it on any of my list right now. But I'll put a note here to check it later just in case. it does do something. Heading down to HIMS, which has been extremely active this week, especially we are up this sorry down this morning, 3.8 million shares traded. I
Games
sit up because
again.
I'm
Wow,
yeah, yeah.
indeed.
So we're down today. I thought it was up because this thing has. I look at the daily chart, like it's up for sure from where this thing began just 2 weeks ago. But seeing a little bit of some sell pressure here on it this morning. It could be good today if the party's over on HIMS. If we're done and we're starting to just come back down here, this can be really really nice. So 3.7 down this morning, 1.9 million shares traded. I do like this one. I know you had a great trade on this one this week, or was this week? Yeah, this week I believe. And yeah, I'm gonna have it on my list. Let's put it on there.
Yeah, so hymns, it has been like also like a story, right? Since I started here in the pre-market show with the live trading on YouTube, it has been definitely in play. If you look on the daily chart on hymns, it has been yeah, for 5 days really trading different than the rest, also very strong. And today we see an interesting downtrend, bear trend, really being weak in the pre-market. Not sure what happened. I actually did not study anything of hymns this morning. It slipped through. I'm not sure if there's any news this morning in HIMS, but yeah, we see definitely a downtrend here in the pre-market. Yeah, it looks like it's trading different compared with the rest. It looks like there's volume, almost 2 million shares traded. It looks like it has been trading different on the daily chart. So yeah, I like to put HIMS on my watch list. Definitely. Yes.
Yeah, I like it. Will be on my list as well. Looking very nice, very active in the pre-market as you can see here. I like what it's doing. So on the main list for us here this morning. Back to the list. Let's take a look at QBTS. Well, clean spark. Why are we going down? Bitcoin's going up. What's going on with you? So we'll look at that. But let's take a look at QBTS. I mean, this is my FOMO trade yesterday. Well, I didn't take it, but this is just incredible. I mean, you could not find a better ticker. Even when everything else was starting to sell off, QBTS really wanted to go higher, right? So I did not trade to the long side. Unfortunately, I did get a great trade to the downside. But the long was where the party was really happening, right? So a lot of you guys did over on YouTube. So hopefully you made out really nice. This thing went all the way up to 1080, right? So it went up pretty nice. 1090, I think, could have been the high there. Today we're giving some of that back. We're down 3% of 4.2 million shares traded. I think it's worth watching. We do have shares for sure on this thing, which makes it really nice and attractive. So we'll be on my list today, and hopefully the volume here can continue. Pre-market though, it's not looking all that explosive right now. So I'm hoping that changes as we move forward in this session here, but right now looking a little bit quiet, but still at 4.3 million shares traded. I think it'll be a nice one, especially looking at this daily. I do like the potential for this one today. Lenny, will you be watching this one?
Yeah, I like to buy. I don't have too much confidence in it that it will trade well. Yesterday it traded okay, definitely. It was yesterday very strong. First initial sell-off, you took it short, right? And then it did like a very nice trending price action intraday up. So yesterday it was trading well. Yeah, it's a second day play, right? 4 million shares traded. It could trade well today. Actually, yes, no, I think it could be okay today. So I like to put it on my watch list as well. Yes, I would like to keep an eye on it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely, brother. We'll put that on here. QBTS on my list as well. Let's add it to that. All right, I think that's about it. I saw CleanSpark on this list here. CLSK, they're down, but they're not down by much. They actually look pretty bad. How did they trade yesterday? Let's take a look at yesterday's action here. Yesterday's action, 5 minute. It looks okay. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure what to think about this one. Again, Hood is kind of like my favorite Bitcoin type play. I'll keep CLSK off. I don't think it looks great. We'll leave room for some other of our usual favorites: PLTR, AMD, Tesla. We'll see what those guys are doing and see if we do like anything there. But before we do that, Lenny, anything you like that we have not covered yet?
Well, now you said PLTR, and PLTR closed very strong yesterday, right? If you look PLTR on the daily chart,
Yeah.
it closed very strong. Now also could be considered a little bit extended already to the upside. But yeah, perhaps PLTR could be interesting. That was one thing. Also, I noticed AMD. AMD still doing something different compared with the rest. Yeah, third day after the earnings, yes, it was trading a bit different. Perhaps AMD, not I'm not convinced though. Nvidia has some decent volume, 3.15 million shares traded, and also Tesla. Tesla was yesterday a bit stronger than the rest. There might be news this morning where they have some news that they're made like progress in their factory in Shanghai, or at least like they upgraded something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and yeah, they seem to be having a little bit more volume than expected. They're also the strongest of all the tech names today, Tesla, of all the Magnificent Seven stocks. So yeah, I think I'll like to put uh, Tesla on my watch list as well.
Yeah, looking at Tesla, we'll definitely go on our list. So I do like what I see here. I like the daily. The day looks really nice as well. You see, it's trying to kind of get something going here. Maybe it's trying to get a breakout. It's been struggling at this. We'll call it 292 area. Could be a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but yeah, it looks interesting. I will have it on my list. Tesla and POTR as well. POTR has been lots of fun the way it's been trading. So. All right, let's go to you guys. See what you guys like this morning. Let's go over to our chat over on our members tab here and see what you guys are up to today. Let's start with Steve, Lyft. You know what? Lyft, is it looking better? I saw somebody else mention it too. They like the volume, and then Pig Wrestler also mentioned it in our YouTube chat. I personally just don't like it. I mean, I just don't trade it well. Is it in play? Yeah. Should we give it a chance today? Lenny, what's your thoughts? Should we add it to the list? What do you think? Should we
Yeah, I'll
see if
add it to
people
my,
like
but just
this one?
because I find the company also interesting, right? And it's earnings,
Yeah,
and I like Uber as well. So just I'm gonna like just look at it for sure for fun, and then
yeah,
you know, just take a
yeah.
look at it, right?
You know what? I'll put it on a secondary, and the only reason it's on a secondary for me is because I don't trade it well. I haven't had a lot of success with Lyft, and I just stopped trading. I just stopped looking at it and look for other things that give me a better opportunity. But that doesn't mean that you have to do the same. And I'll show you an example a little bit later. Actually, we could do it right now. We'll do an example right now. So I got an email from one of my friends here yesterday, and he sent me this trade on I'll show you now on Shopify. Right? If you guys remember, I said Shopify. This thing is garbage. I don't look at it. I don't like it. I don't trade well. But he crushed this trade. So I'm gonna show you here. Here's our good buddy Sid from our chat room. Look at his trading on this thing. Just, I mean, you can't time this any better. Long, long, partial, partial, partial. Maybe stopped out. I'm not sure. Add it again here. Partial, partial. I mean, this looks like Paris here. Paris trades this way. Add. I mean, just crushing every single move on this thing, right? I don't like this stock. I usually don't look at it, but look at this. He crushed it. So great stuff, man. Good to have you in chat on that trade. So sometimes when you hear somebody say, "Oh, the stock is garbage," always keep in mind we're basing it on the way we trade. So don't let that kind of give you a bias. You can still trade your strategy and do very well depending on what you're looking for. So just keep that in mind. All right, excellent. Let's take a look here. Yeah, clean trade. That's a good buddy Sid right there. Took that trade yesterday. Really nice. All right, let's go to you guys. What else? So we have Lyft. That's good. DKNG. Wow, we haven't looked at DKNG in a long time. It's trying to do something here. Up 5.1. The volume is just not in right now. Like the volume is completely dead. Only barely 200,000 shares traded at the moment. It's trying to get there. The daily does look
They
somewhat
have they
interesting
have
here.
earnings, yeah, they have earnings, yes. And
Yeah,
I didn't saw the volume, I didn't saw the movement,
yeah,
but now in like the last 30 minutes, yes, it's gapping above a daily range, right? And the trends
yeah.
coming in. So I think they have earnings, so I think it could also be good, interesting for the watch
Could
list.
be good. Yeah, could be good. So I do like this one. I download FanDuel. I was in Florida. I was trying to like bet on some races. We were at a nice cigar bar, and they had the races going. Like, let's go and try to bet. Download the whole thing, and then you cannot bet from Florida on mobile. I'm like, what is this? And this guy's supposed to be like the freest state in the country. What's going on? So yeah, I couldn't get my bet in. Maybe I'll try a different platform next time. But DKNG, maybe a possible. So my Florida friends, let me know, what did I do something wrong? Should I be trying another platform? How come I couldn't bet down in Florida on the horses? So here's DKNG. We'll put it on there, and we'll see where it goes. I have plenty right now, guys. I don't think I can add any more. So Matt gave us DKNG. V wants our thoughts on Wolf. Let's take a look on Wolf. What's going on, Wolf? very active. As it drops here, we're down 23%. This didn't come up on our list because it's under $5. I think I have the gappers list to take out anything below $5, so it wouldn't show up here. But yeah, Wolf is not looking good. Wolf speed. It does look attractive. What's the float on this, by the way? I don't have it handy. We'll get the float on it. So yeah, this is definitely news related, right? You don't drop 23% unless you have some kind of catalyst. I don't normally like these lower price stock. We can short it, so no inventory for short. That kind of tells me it's sitting on the low flow side of things. 4.1 million shares traded. Why not? It's Friday. Let's add another one to our just for fun list. Again, just for fun on these two. Wolf, just to see what happens. But again, the likelihood of me trading this are slim to none. So these two right there, just for fun. All right, and I think we are good to go. Roof, you can only bet on Hard Rock Cafe. Yes, I heard that. And they were down in Miami, but they had the Formula One thing going, so there was at least one where I was going to go to. We didn't head down that route, but yes, I heard that that's probably the only place you can do it for sure. All right, let's I think we're good to go, Lenny. Anything else you want to add? I think we're good. We'll do some announcements and start doing some levels. Anything we missed?
Yeah, there's a lot of like Besant, not Besant, Hassett has been speaking last 10, 15 minutes, Trump as well, and they've been saying that like they're very optimistic about upcoming trade deals, right? So they're trying to push the market up again. That could give some tailwind today. I see AMD creeping up. I see also some of the other stocks moving up slowly. SPY Q, so that's something that could be interesting. But yeah, for me, I'll give my definitive watch list like in 20 minutes from now because some things perhaps could still
Mm-hmm.
change. I think
Yep.
that's yeah, we discussed I think many stocks, many interesting potential stocks. So yeah, I think we got a good watch list so far.
Yeah, I think we do. Leonardo is saying no DKNG. Thank you for pointing that out. And MSTR from Ben. Yeah, MSTR. Yeah, you could look at either one of these. There's a few that are active today. You got MSTR. You got Hood. Is one I'm gonna go with. I think they can trade very well, so I'll stick to that one. And then I don't see a lot. Like Bitcoin is over 100,000, right? I think it will happen overnight. But these stocks they just don't care. Like if you look at Mara, if you look at Coin is reacting a little bit now. The daily on Coin looks actually pretty nice. I like this daily. See how it's kind of setting up here, just ready for a potential breakout there. So that looks good. But the other ones, they're like, okay, yeah, over 100,000. Who cares? We're just going to just hang out here in the red. So I don't know. Very very weird the way that's reacting. So take a look at a few more here because I noticed we're actually good on time, so we could look at a few more. Amazon pretty flat right now. Daily looks awesome, but again, just not a whole lot going on. It can trade very well if we get a breakout. I think today, and again, this is just my thesis, not a bias, that we might get into a lot of chop. As these stocks are just going to wait to see what happens over the weekend, right? Um, so we'll see. We'll see what takes place there, but I think there'll be a lot of chop going into today, but I could be wrong. And in fact, I'm not trying to be right or wrong. Just that's my thoughts, and I'm not going to trade just on my thoughts. We'll trade the technicals, but we'll see how it is at the market open. Hopefully, you can find some quick volatility here. Tesla's flying now. It's funny. So I was looking at how it came up. Panasonic came up. Panasonic. It's in the title actually. They're cutting like 10,000 jobs, Lenny. So that's a lot of jobs, right? So 10,000 jobs they're cutting to kind of restructure. And I was thinking, what does Panasonic do? Like I remember them from having the VHS VCRs. If you guys remember that, I had a Panasonic one. I remember them doing TVs, the big box square ones that look like a cube, right? I remember that, but then I was like, what do they do now? And I did not know that they do Tesla batteries. I had no idea they were a
Really?
big partner of Tesla. Yeah, if you look it up, they provide almost every single battery for these guys. So I'm like, wow, no wonder. Because if you think of TVs, you're going Samsung. If you think of appliances, you're going, I don't know, LG or maybe some other ones. But you think of video cameras, you go Canon, you go anything else, but you're not going Panasonic anymore. Back in the days, in the 90s, yeah, I got the nice video camcorder, the long one with the tube. You were actually producing a whole entire movie. You guys remember that? But yeah, It's you don't think Panasonic at all for any consumer goods. Yeah, I had no idea, Steve. I just when I looked it up, I'm like, what do they do? How are they making money? And they have a huge partnership with Tesla. I think if to be I'm going with Sony. You could go with Sony, but the best LCDs they all come from Samsung. Like I remember when we used to source our models, our we had a brand that nobody knew. We had Higher, right? We used to make Higher TVs, but the panels came from the Samsung factory. Like all the panels come from Samsung. Like you're not going nowhere else. It's the best panels there is. They got the best factory. So it's just a name, right? So you want to. Sony could be, for all we know, could be using their panels for all we care, right? It's all the same thing. But yeah, I had no idea. Had no idea. Be Kind Rewind. Yes, Norm. Oh man, those are some good days. You go to Blockbuster. You guys remember the new releases were around the wall, right? So you just kind of walk the wall and get the new releases on either Thursday or Friday. Return by Monday noon, which Monday noon was a pain in the butt if you was working. I mean, why Monday noon made no sense to me whatsoever. It's just ridiculous, right? But that's how they got their movies back quick. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I think
see,
actually, like,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, no, just something else. No, I think it's very interesting what you're saying. Like Panasonic, I just checked it. They're really like into the electronic market. But just something else about the market and also why there's like so much bullish voices coming again from the US administration this morning about tariff deals is the 10-year treasury yield. It's still pretty high. It's now at 4.39%, and that still could be an issue for the US administration, right? Because higher treasury yields, it's not great for the economy because also that it means that it costs more money to borrow the money. And that's what the US administration wants to get down. So therefore, also like a positive remarks and perhaps also some pressure to get at least something of good news with China. So yeah, I think yeah, market could be choppy today, or it could be even be strong today. I think last couple of days, this week actually, as also we've seen an absence of weakness, and I think an absence of weakness could also be strength. And there's definitely some pressure on bullishness here and there, and perhaps the market's going to anticipate on that already. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how the price action and the market will move ahead of the US-China trade talks and also with all the bullishness, right? Like Trump saying yesterday, now it's the time to buy stocks. And historically, these are actually bullish notes. Um, and also there's the pressure on the US administration to show positivity, right? To create optimism because the treasury yield going up stays a little bit elevated, and the treasury yield is elevated because apparently the bond market might still be afraid for hiring inflation and economic slowdown. So let's see. I think it could be a very interesting day of the markets to show
yeah,
where we will
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, friends. All right, guys. I like my list. Is it a blockbuster list? Speaking of blockbuster, no, it's. I don't think it is, but we'll see what today brings on here. All right, let's take a look, guys. All right, what's happening for this beautiful Friday? You can head over to bearwithtraders.com. Click on webinars so you can see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. Today is Friday, so we will focus in on that. Then we'll let you know what's happening here as far as deals and how you can join the team at Bear with Traders.
Yeah, so actually, I'm a little bit confused. I see here like every Friday, Pierre is gonna answer all the questions, but then I also see it says every Wednesday, right? So it says below every Friday, but it says every
Yeah,
Wednesday.
we brought this up before. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure out. I don't know if that's a developer or if that's the designer. I don't know who needs to get it tapped on the shoulder, but
Yeah,
we'll find out what's happening. Is Pierre on? Can we find out if it's going on today or not? But we saw this last week too.
yeah.
Let's see in chat. I don't see any of the moderators confirming what the deal is, but we'll figure out. And I don't see a Pierre online either. So all right, we'll let you guys
Uh,
know. We'll let you guys know.
uh, yes,
And
and
then we have the prep every Friday. Here it is.
yes. But I think this is not happening today. There's no prep meeting because the bootcamp already started. And actually 11 a.m. I have my meeting with my group in the P Capital bootcamp.
Hmm.
So I
Okay,
think
okay.
that's as far as I understood it. But
Yeah, no, I think that's interesting.
or there's
That's a good question. I thought this was just keep going, get ready people for the next boot camp, but we'll find out. We'll find out
okay,
from
okay,
my.
okay, okay, okay.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's
Again,
possible.
I'm not saying it is, but I would think it would be a good idea to keep it going. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. Let's see what takes place here. So Friday, friends, take a look at some of the stuff that's happening there. So I'm confirming Lenny is on every Friday. I'm sorry, not Lenny, Pierre. He is? Okay, good. He
Okay.
is on every Friday.
Okay,
Awesome.
so we got Pierre, 11 a.m. in the webinar room in Variable Traders. So in the webinar room, and he's gonna answer all your trading questions, right? Also, so he also like psychology's experience with psychology, so you can ask him your psychology questions. He discussing he's like, do you like to trade reversal trade, but you also like to trade opening range break setup. So if it's very interesting to go 11 a.m. to the webinar room and discuss all your trading questions with Pierre, and that's today 11 a.m. And then with regard to the packages, the most popular are the elite packages, which has access to everything, access to the live sessions, to the chat room, to the mentorship, weekly mentorship sessions that the moderators and the senior traders have, access to all the webinars, and also access to the psychology part. That's the elite package, and then there's also the package which includes the one bootcamp and a funded account for 3 months. So definitely a lot of reason to join us and to gain from all the knowledge and experience that we have at Bearable Traders.
All right, absolutely. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's get some levels in place and get rocking and rolling. Just gonna check a look here. Beautiful thing. My list so far: Hood, HIMS, QBTS, POTR, Tesla. On the secondary list, Lyft, DKNG, Pins, GPUS, and Wolf, just for fun. Those two are wild right now. All right, let's start with Hood. Let's get ready for this market open at 9:11. So we're just a few minutes away from the market open. Andrew and Brian. I think Brian is back today. No, sorry, Brian is back Monday. So Brian's still traveling, but we'll have some traders for you guys to join you this morning in chat. Here's Hood, up 2.3 right now, 821,000 shares traded. Towards the bottom, guys, we've been moving pretty good here, so you do have levels set down here. Don't got to worry about this too much. Let's focus towards the top right now. High of the pre-market is going to be 55.64. That is also for my AM candle traders, where the top of that AM candle is. And if we look to the left here, we can see some more levels towards the top. So we're going to zoom into that February-March time frame, and we're going to pick off 57.39 and also 59.06. So once you do that and you look at this daily, you're pretty much in line with everything you need as far as levels goes. The bottom, let's take the bottom of the low of the pre-market, 54.62, just shy of the 8 a.m. candle towards the bottom, if you look at that as well. So there it is. That is what I like this one today. We'll see where it can go after the market bell. HIMS is up next. Just again, a lot of weakness, down 4.4 after some really great days here, popping up pretty nice. A little bit of weakness right now. We're going to mark down 48.56. There's the low of the pre-market. If you look at the daily, you do have another level here. It's going to be 2 days ago low. That is also listed there for you. Next level I see on the daily is going to be down at 43.11. There might be some areas of consolidation within this date a few days ago. So if you want to hop in there, you can look at that to find some levels. I just prefer usually just to go to the left for the sake of time. And you can see an area right here where there's clearly a lot of touches going on at a 45.19, right? So you can see just all the flirting going on with all these days around that price target. So you definitely want to have that there. Speaking of flirting, guys, flirt with that thumbs up button over on YouTube. We'll love to get your support there. It helps us out a ton. So really appreciate your support. For those that have done it already, we're sitting at 122 likes. We'd love to be at 300 if we can. Highly appreciate it. All right, continuing here. Next on the list is going to be our good buddy, well, not good buddy, but our active buddy the last couple of days, QBTS. Again, just exploded yesterday.
So temporary love,
Temporary love. Yeah, temporary love. Absolutely. So temporary love here for QBTS. We could call it other things, but that won't be PG-13 friendly. But QBTS here, guys, looking really good. Down 4.9, 4.8 million shares traded. I think it's worth noting this one today. So 970 is the low of the pre-market. The high of the pre-market, just shy of the previous day close at 1038. Previous day close right at 1042 today. So if you look on the big picture, zoom out a little bit here on the daily, we do have an area right around here, 899. We'll slam one there. and then you're pretty set on this one. I think you need to add anything more. Volume should be a lot less than what we saw yesterday, but man, what a stock yesterday. We called this thing. It had the DNA of wanting to go higher even when things were kind of just choppy, and it did. Give you a little bit of hard time in the morning, and then it just took off lovely there. So QBTS, let's see for a second day play how well it can trade for us here. All right, next we'll have PLTR, our real good buddy PLTR here. This one is pretty much flat right now. I mean, it's literally, if you look at this 5 minutes, just wrapping itself around the previous day close. So just kind of flat for the most part. Has been slightly green, slightly red. High of the pre-market 119.54. We'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, we're looking at 117.80. On the daily, if we take a look here, we can see some levels towards the bottom. A good one here, 115.85. Not a major level. Like I like these levels here. You see these right here? These are nice because you have basically a lot of support being confirmed. This one you don't have much happening besides 2 days really slamming into it. Here you have a lot. Support, resistance, more support. These are nice when you have different touches like that. Make it that level a lot more, a lot stronger, a lot more important. 124.41, a good level up there as well. We'll do that. And then I think you're pretty much set on PLTR. So again, very explosive stock. Yesterday, same thing, just took off. Couple of pullbacks for those that wanted to join the party. And if you're able to join there, I mean, it was really, really nice. So PLTR, awesome stuff. Next, last but not least, going to be our good buddy Tesla. I really like Tesla's daily. So I'm going to be watching this one very closely. This daily here is really nice. I think it's just, it's primed for a possible breakout of these daily levels if it can get going. So it's set up perfectly. So let's see what it does. Towards the top, above the highs of the pre-market, previous day close, we're going to mark down 294.63, and these levels are going to be very easy. Like if you look at the high of the pre-market right over here, it's slamming into the high from yesterday, right? So it's all set up there. The low of the pre-market is just a couple of cents away, looks like, from the previous day close. So you don't got to worry about that too much. That's already taken care of for you. And then the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days got all these levels in this range. Like we're stuck in a range, all right? So for the most part, between, we call it 295 and what seems to be 278, right? So give or take. Looking really nice. I would love to see this breakout today. It's going to be tough on a Friday with some, I won't say uncertainties, but it's like how much of a deal are we going to get with this China talks, right? People are saying, hey, we might want to bring back down to like 60% instead of the 145, whatever we have, and their 125. Just kind of de-escalate, right? All these meetings are about de-escalating the tensions, kind of easing things, and then, taking a couple of weeks to get some firm deals. But the fact that they're talking is a positive news that we can get hopefully some more continuation on this today. So, all right, that's my list. I see Andrew's online. Good morning, Andrew. I saw his good morning there. Very good. MSTR, is BBT down? No, we're up. We're up at all-time highs, man. We're bullish all the way. So I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's down. Let's check. Let's make sure I'm not speaking anything out of turn here. No, chat room is going. Got a bunch of people in here saying hello, good morning, and throwing out their ticker names. NVIDIA, nice second day wedge. Sean says hello to you guys. Good morning from ATX Trader. Yeah, these guys are active. They're moving. They're not frozen. Man says good morning all. What's popping from Mark Adam? 2 years in chat. Sean, 5 years in chat. Man, these guys are awesome. These guys are awesome. So yeah, we're good, and no issues in chat. So very nice, very nice. 7 years in chat. Dow, my goodness, who can be 7 years in chat? You must be a lifetime member. You have to be, man.
I think he knows you better than you know yourself, Carlos.
Yeah, I
after so
think
many
so
years.
too, man. I've been trading for that long. I mean, gee,
I mean, I
lies, I've
mean,
been trading for that long.
I mean,
He must
he has seen you so many pre-market shows for 7 years.
7 years. Anybody could beat that? 5, 4. I see here. So Nate has 1 year. Welcome, Nate. Dan David has 5. Jeff 4. Kyle has 4. Rex 1. JD Trader 5. Oh, we got some 5s coming in. Another 7. Hold on. Slow down, Mac. Ebenezer 7. You guys are, man. We got people that stick here, man. That
So,
tells you something. That tells
but
you something. It tells you the quality of
See you.
members we have is unbelievable. We got time. We got like 5 more minutes before Andrew hops on. The quality is just incredible. That's a lot of sevens. These guys are quiet though. They're just there in the background doing their thing, trading. You don't see their names often, but now that I've seen them, Nick, 7 years, just awesome, guys. All right, Andrew's getting ready to trade live today. He's hopping on. We're gonna hop off. If you guys want to check out the membership, if you don't feel like you have to commit just yet, come in, do an intro membership for a week. Check this out. Hang out with these guys that have tons of experience. Trust me, they're not 7 years just to look cute. There's a lot of experience that you can learn from. So, all right, we'll let Andrew do his thing, and we'll continue here over on YouTube, guys. Take care and chat. We'll see you guys in a bit. All right, awesome. I was surprised how many people. Okay, there, turn off the mic. Okay. Give me a second, guys, while I switch over here. Get everything going. All right, Lenny, we're all set. My levels are set. How's your watch list? I know you was trying to finalize that. How's it looking?
Yeah, it's looking quite okay. I'm thinking about like what to expect from the market. We're a little bit extended, but I think there's again so much bullishness around, and I really feel like that they want to get the stock market up, the US administration. They're like they're screaming all kind of things. So perhaps that also leads to the optimism. So I just wonder if we're gonna see like some chop or some really strong price action. I don't expect a sell-off today in the markets, but question is, are we gonna see a strong day? And it could also be later today, right? It doesn't have to be directly after the open. So that's what has my attention and my curiosity. But my watch list, yeah, somehow I just like AMD. I'm getting attracted to AMD on the daily chart. It's not that special, but has been trading slightly independent, slightly higher volume. Perhaps it's just confirmation bias. I'm not sure. I think the most what I like now is Tesla. Tesla really looks good, really trading independent. But now the issue is it's so strong, it's already breaking out. So Tesla was my favorite. Now not really so much. Lyft got a lot of buyers in the last 30 minutes. That's what I like, right? We have a daily range gap up in Lyft. We had a strong gap up in the pre-market. It was a little bit messy, but now we're getting some buyers in Lyft. So I like Lyft. Actually, we never even discussed TSM. TSM also has news this morning. They said that their demand grew a lot in April, also in anticipation of the tariff war, but also because of other reasons. So TSM could be very strong today. Then we have HIMS. HIMS apparently doing its own thing today. We have Hood. We have DraftKings potentially, and we got PLTR. I think that's my watch list. So perhaps I'm gonna AMD, Nvidia. I'm gonna higher it a little. I mean, like lower it a little bit, and then my main list will be Tesla, Lyft, TSM, HIMS, Hood, DraftKings, and PLTR. And then I also have my like an eye on AMD, Nvidia, QBTS pins. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna be my list. So quite an extensive list. So we shouldn't be careful to not get FOMO. I think the issue with Tesla might be a little bit extended now. Already.
Yes, indeed. All right,
Give me a
let's
moment, Carlos. Need just a quick
Yep, take
moment.
your time, brother. Take your time. I'm gonna set up here, guys. 1 minute on the top, 5 minute on the bottom. That's our list, and then I'm going to, yeah, we're set to go. So we got our 1 minute and our 5 minute. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna refresh my list over here. Control A, Control X. Interesting. Let's put in our list. So we have Hood, then we have HIMS, QBTS for a possible second day play. It's just kind of setting up my watch list for on DAS window so we can see how we're doing here. Tesla, and then secondary list we have Lyft. Oh, if I could type that correctly. Missing the T, so we have Lyft. We have DKNG. We have pins. And then we have, just for fun, GPUS. And we have our Wolf down here as well. Those two, again, very wild this morning. Wolf just continues to drop here. Wow, down 28%. This might not be tradable because we don't have inventory for sure, so we really can't play it both ways. And I'm not gonna take a reverse on something that's just dying. This thing is it's just hot fire right now, man. It's just not good. Garbage as far as the way it's dropping here. So we'll see if we can get something out of it. All right, friends. All right, how you guys feeling today? You guys ready to do this? Ready to have a great Friday? How's the vibes in our chat, YouTube here today? Anyone ever traded with the moon cycles? What, man? What? I don't know what that is, man. I need more information. How you trade with the moon cycles? That's interesting. No one watching Apple. You know what? We didn't look at Apple. It's a lot of these Max 7s are just flat for the most part. So there's not a whole lot going on. But you know, we're always thinking of Apple, Nvidia, Tesla. We didn't look at Nvidia today. It must be flat. Nvidia, flat and lower than usual volume. Like 4 million shares is not a lot for Nvidia. Let's go through the Max 7. Meta, you can't do anything with Meta in pre-market. They're just dead, and then when the market opens, they come alive. Microsoft, pretty dead today as far as pre-market activity. Tesla, we looked at already, so that one is nice. There's activity happening on Tesla, so that's looking pretty decent. What else we have? So we have Tesla. Who am I missing? Amazon, flat, not a whole lot of volume. Did I get all of them? I feel like I'm missing one.
Yeah, we have quite some potential ones on the watch list. It's unfortunately not
Yeah,
possible to watch all of them.
nope, it's not. Let me get your charts in here, buddy, so we can be able to share your screen live. So let's get that set up. Lenny, get your screens in here.
Yeah, Tesla seems to be the most active for now. Issues it might also be extended,
Yeah,
right? It made two moves up in the last 40 minutes, so that's a bit extended, but it seems to be the most active one.
yeah, it does seem pretty good. All right, I'm setting up your screen. Which one you're using? The top one, right? The 1 million Tesla. That's what I'm gonna put up.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
good.
I had to reset all my hotkeys yesterday, and they worked out pretty good. So they're working really nice today.
By the way,
When
Didier,
these
we didn't even
hotkeys,
discuss Coin. We didn't even
hmm
discuss Coin. They also have earnings today.
yeah, I saw them. They didn't. They're down. I didn't like them much, but
Yeah, and they also bought yesterday, uh, actually a Dutch company. An option derivative company, Deribit. So
yeah,
perhaps, yeah, Coin could be in play. I'm just putting it in the list with TTD, A firm, W buy. Let's see. Right.
nice. Okay, I think
AMD,
I
look at AMD. AMD is
yeah,
está volando. AMD is flying.
nice.
It's also, but yeah, now it's getting a little bit extended. Yeah, AMD is also a hot topic now in the topic of discussion, right? Also, like on the weekly chart, daily chart, if you look over a long time, you can really see that perhaps this downtrend has been broken. Right. Again, they showed good earnings this week. Downtrend has been broken. There's some
Yeah,
bullish news
yeah,
here and there, so perhaps it could, yeah, that leads to some discussion under investors on AMD. So yeah, I like AMD today. Let's see what's gonna do. I'll be very careful because sometimes you have a trading idea and then you just everything that is in line with your trading idea, you focus your attention on it, and then in the end it wasn't so great because you don't see the things that are contrary to your trading idea, right? It's the confirmation bias. So you get an idea in your head, and then everything that you see, you connect to your idea, and you don't see anymore like why it's actually not that great of an idea. So I think Lyft is, I think more maybe more interesting. Not sure if it's gonna trade well, but there's 2 million shares traded, showing strength in the pre-market and also in the late pre-market. We have TSM as well at the high of the pre-market. So yeah, we have 50 seconds to the market open. So again, let's enjoy. I don't think I'll be trading in the first 3 minutes. I don't see anything setting up perfectly. No, I don't think I'll be trading in the first minute, first 2 minutes. So let's just wait 3 minutes. We're gonna see what clues the price actually could give us about the imbalance between buyers and sellers. And then we're gonna try to jump with it. Pins has been selling off, has been weak, so now it's also a little bit extended to the short side, but Pins is actually very low on my watch list. AMD actually, after that squeeze came down, Market's pulling back a little bit. So just let's take our time. 5 seconds, the market open. Just gonna read the price action. What is happening? Markets are open. Ding, ding,
All
ding.
right, ding, 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 ding.
So SPY opening strong so far. Smoothly moving up. Qs as well. So what do we got? AMD. Yeah, AMD is strong.
Look at our
AMD.
buddy Thor. Our buddy Thor is
Strong.
in the exchange today. New York
That's
Stock
cool.
Exchange. Very nice, very nice.
Lift also opening strong. Everything is opening strong.
Yep.
TSM opening strong. What is opening weak now? That could be interesting. Gims. Hood's opening weak for now. What's our friend DraftKings doing? Not convincing. PLTR's not doing anything. QBTS. Big move QBTS. 20 cents. Well, I get. So first opening range was strong in SPY and Qs as well. So let's see how we're going to develop. Now we're having some pullback price action moving up. We're going to break the 1 minute opening range breakout. AMD looks a lot like the market, even though AMD seems a bit stronger. Tesla is flying. Tesla, yeah, confirms the strength after the market open. Right now, meanwhile, up 3.8%. Actually, Lyft has also been strong. Now perhaps an inside candle. So Tesla moving $6 intraday. It's not extended yet, showing the strength compared to the market. Intraday Lyft, okay, made a full ATR, so Lyft might be a little bit extended, even though and Lyft showed strength. Inside candle in SPY, Q's a little bit of a deeper pullback. So what is Tesla gonna do? Tesla, so let's look at the second minute, and Tesla more volume than the first minute. That's strong. Only question, right, is the move already been made? Now we're also at the high of the daily range, right? Because on the daily chart, here we're now above it. Yeah, Tesla is being strong. It doesn't mean that's gonna be it's an entry blindly. Let's see.
All right,
So
friends,
AMD,
coming up on 3 minutes. See what we got going on here. So, what do you like so far, Lenny? I'm
AMD
messing
Tesla,
around with some stuff here. Tesla, okay.
AMD
All
Tesla.
right. Let's see. Tesla. PLTR weak, short Nvidia, SMCI breaking out. Let's take a look. SMCI. Yeah, a pullback on this could be nice. Nice 5-minute chart on this.
Tesla might be slowing down a little bit.
PLTR looks good for a short. If it can get a higher pullback off the VWAP bounce, we're going short on that thing. Let's see if we can get it. I like PLTR. Possible short if we can hit the VWAP, look weak. That could be a nice short opportunity here. By then, we should be at a 5-minute breakdown as well. So let's see if it sets up. If it goes above the VWAP, then it's not in play. Look at the pullback here. This could be good. Oh man.
And Lyft showing strength. Uber as well, I think. Yeah, Uber also strong compared with together with Lyft. Me, by the way,
This candle.
I'm long
You're
AMD
long
by
one?
like
Okay.
already a minute ago. Just showing just strong. It's the way it is.
I think this is
No,
the
no
pullback
other words.
Carlos. All right, let's focus. Focus. Hems, hood breaking out of the VWAP. That looks interesting there. A lot of buying pressure on the 5-minute as well. That looks good. So like what I'm seeing there, hood could be a good long here. Let's see if it can give us. The breakout candle is not as significant as we would like, but that could be a good long the way it's breaking out like that. Not typically our setup, but it looks like it wants to pop. A lot of ask as well. It's trading a little erratic though. You see the way it's moving there? That's not trading clean.
Why breaking out keeps breaking out. That's also bullish. Or DraftKings choppy. So you're looking at Hood, right? Oh, you look at PLTR.
Looking at both. PLTR, I missed it. I missed the pullback. Here it is, man. I missed that beautiful entry there, unfortunately. PLTR is a short. Short.
Look at HIMS. HIMS looks very strong as well. HIMS looks strong. Yeah, HIMS look very strong.
What's the daily on PLTR look like? Okay, so we got. We can't short it here. We missed the opportunity on PLTR. Let's go look for something else. QBTS doing some stuff. Good pop there. Good volume. HIMS going up too. Hood. I am off today, guys. I am just off. I'm missing all the trades. I'm not in sync with what I'm looking at and how I'm executing here. Well, I'm not executing. Wow.
Tesla is the strongest one. Tesla is strong. AMD wasn't strong in the end. AMD stopped me out.
Yeah, I don't think it's too many tickers. I have 5, which is usually what I look at. I just think I don't know. I'm not focused. These are trades that I take. PLTR is a trade that we take. Look at that short, and it's gonna keep going. That thing looks weak. That thing looks weak. Glenn, are you in a trade?
Yeah, I'm in HIMS.
Nice.
Long with PLTR looks definitely weak.
Did you get long? Did you get short PLTR?
No, I'm not short PLTR.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard. Like it's also like yesterday it's been very strong. I don't know.
Man, oh man.
It's moving up. Tesla's the star of today. So I hope people were able to catch Tesla. Tesla was also the strongest in the plate pre-market.
Yeah.
Daily range. So far for the Tesla bears, because Tesla breaking really out of this range from the last couple of months.
My goodness. What a great start. This is a great morning, guys. This is a beautiful start to the day. So many opportunities, clean ones too.
Yeah.
PLTR is going to keep going lower. PLTR is just weak.
That looks pretty weak, yes.
Yeah.
Let's look on the 2-minute chart. Yeah, also find it a little bit scary, right? To short into the strength of yesterday. But yeah, I can definitely see.
Hood. Tell me you guys took Hood. Please tell me you guys did not make my mistake and tell me you took Hood. Hood to the moon. This is so good. So good. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
Strong daily chart the last couple of days and then like now selling off, engulfing the 3rd minute and then moving up.
QBTS.
Which was pretty nice.
This is unacceptable.
Unacceptable behavior.
Unacceptable behavior. This is irresponsible of me to not be in a trade right now. Irresponsible. It's just unbelievable.
Look at Tesla as well.
We're gonna go long. Let's do a little gambling. We're gonna go long DKNG here. Long DKNG for somewhat of an engulfing breakout. Let's do a little bit of gambling with DraftKings. Wow, I can't believe I missed these 2 trades, guys. This is like, I mean, you know when they say, hey, it's a meatball? This is like a whole cow. They just threw a whole cow at me and I missed it. It's just unbelievable. On hood and POTR. But life goes on. So we're in on DraftKings here. Let's see if we could break 37. It's a little messy, not great volume. So we'll see. Stop loss 36.20. We don't want to be settling anywhere below 36.20. We want to break towards 37.50-ish, which is the high of the day. Yeah, Chris, no, Roma. I mean, it's just, but when you get two opportunities like that these are your bread and butter, and you don't execute them, I'm not mad at the money I could have made. I'm mad at my execution, right? Like, come on, you got to be on top of this, right? You got to be on top of this. So that's what I'm mad at. It's never about the money for me. It's about, dude, execute the plan, and the plan could have not been more clear, right? On those two trades. So see what DraftKings does for us here. Struggling a little bit here. Price actions. This is why I don't like DraftKings too much. Price action is a little bit weird, but I think it has the potential to get going if we can stay above this 37. So let's see. Yeah, Kyle, I'm pretty good at taking the trade. Like I'll trade. I have no problem taking the trade. It's just I don't know what happened. I really don't know why I did not take those trades. So Lenny has to go in there. Which one are you in?
Look at Liv looked also strong now, breaking out, but it's
Nice.
it extended though. I think 1460 might want. Yeah, it's a bit extended Liv, but Liv looks very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the rest, yeah, Tesla has been the star of today. I'm still
Yeah,
in here, so
man.
doesn't look
Tesla.
best.
POTR. Gray short coming back now. QBTS trying to go green. Hood was the trade. This is beautiful. But here we go. DraftKings 37.20. It's a nice pop there. So we're 50 cents in. I'm gonna try to be a little more patient. I know I keep saying that, and then the minute we get somewhere, I stick a partial. But it's moving slow. Like it's not moving fast when it comes to DKNG. So let's see if we can get to the high of the day. Let's see if we can do that.
We'll see like this sell-off in the SPY and Q last couple of minutes, but Hood still trading at the high of the intraday. It's all
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
signs it's stronger than the rest. So what
It's
about
good,
Tesla?
Good.
Is Tesla gonna make another move? It's also a question.
Let's see. See what else we can get here. QBTS. What do you think QBTS breakout? QBTS breakout from the previous day close here. What are we thinking? It's no volume. Let's go DraftKings. We are pretty close to the high of the day. I know I said I was going to be patient, but I like this move here. We're going to take a partial. We'll take a partial. So just a little bit off there in case we're going to have some resistance on our good buddy DraftKings. So
I have some fear of missing out for Tesla. I have some fear of missing out that they're gonna make another move,
Yeah.
but it's just not really according to my rules to take it. So I'm not taking it. Got this fear of missing out because it looks pretty strong. But still, like on the way up, there's like lower volume.
Yeah.
It's it's like it was slowing down on the way up already, so better to wait for something better. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Carlos.
No, I'm just agreeing with you, man. I'm just looking for another opportunity. I think QBTS, man. QBTS trying to go green here. Let's see, 15 million already. So this thing's got some good volume. I'm still in DKNG, guys, so it's a little bit of a pullback here. Let's see if we can get back towards the high. So I'm watching on a different screen. Glad I took a partial. You definitely clearly see the struggle there on DKNG. Lyft did good today. I'm glad I had it on the list. Look how well he traded. So
Lyft is moving up strongly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, up 20%.
Yep. Pins. No. POTR. POTR VWAP breakout. If we can get above the VWAP, get our little pullback, this could be a nice one. Let's see what happens. So close attention to POTR. Let's see if we're going to push through that VWAP, and if we're going to get a test of it, and then we'll go long. We'll go long on that thing. Yeah, see that? Yeah, you're catching the same thing too. POTR looking interesting next to VWAP. Absolutely. But it could be a short still now. This could be a test and it could come back down. So we really got to wait for our setup, guys. Remember the breakout candle, right? The pullback. Pullback could be a couple of candles, and then the confirmation candle on the way up. That is where we go long, right? So breakout candle from the VWAP, pullback candles, confirmation candle on the way up is where we go long. I did a great tweet on this on X, kind of breaking down and putting like 1, 2, 3. So I'll send it to you if you guys want. I'll send it to you in chat. But let's see if we get it. Right now, still we don't do anything now because at the moment it's still still could be a short from here. Like if it doesn't get above the V-up, it's actually on the weak side of things. DKNG coming back to my break-even point. We took one partial. Let's see if we can hold above the VWAP. The volume's just dead. Like we got a little bit of volume the last couple of minutes here, and then now it's just dead. So this could be a bounce, but we're not gonna let it go below the VWAP now. So we'll give it a little bit of room, but we're not gonna let it go below the VWAP, so we don't turn this this trade red. So we'll see. But let's not lose sight of POTR. So that's what I'm really looking at right now. If we get that breakout trade. It looks like it's gonna be weak actually. Doesn't look good on POTR.
There's also the famous 300 level in Tesla close by. Right, that could also lead to some potential resistance.
Yeah.
And they also can definitely see some selling pressure there. And some people ask like if I can call out my trades if I take them, but I don't like to do that because that's also causing fear of missing out in people, right? And if I say like people should focus on their own trading, on their own analysis, if I'm calling things out, it could mess things up and people get FOMO, and that's
that's true. That's true,
not,
man. It's a good point. I call them out, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't want people.
I mean,
I don't know.
So Tesla is holding, but there's definitely some selling pressure from the top, also some buying from the bottom. It's a pretty nice tight consolidation. Question is who's going to be stronger, the buyers or the sellers?
We got a mixed group. Some want to call it out, others want not to call it out. We got a mixed picture in the chat. Yeah, so you get the best of both worlds, right? Lenny doesn't call them out, I call them out. You pick what you want. Mute who you want. There you go. Everybody's happy. All right, so on my trade here, we're just holding to see if this is going to be a bounce, but it's not looking good, to be honest. It's not looking good, especially that candle there. So let's get out of this trade. I'm gonna get out of this trade, and we can always come back to if it sets up. But glad we got a partial. Nice, man. We talk about timing the top. You see this here? Look at this 5 minute. That's a nice partial. Nice partial up there. So that's good. But we're out of that. So small win there.
Look at Hood. Look at Hood.
Hood is just incredible. Incredible. Okay, so you guys appreciate the call outs. Thanks, man. Yeah, well, I'll keep calling them out. I mean, that's just the way we've been doing it. No, not I wish it was 30. I only did 20, so small win. I wish I would have done 50% off if I knew it was going to happen, but we just don't know. All right, POTR. Well, I'm looking for. I always, if I say we, when I say we, I'm not saying we like you should take this trade. It's always me, but in corporate, I was always I had a great mentor, man, and I used to manage a team. He says it's never you, it's never me, it's always we, right? He always told me it's always we, and I'm like, I get it, you're right. You know, you take the hit when the team does bad, But when the team does good, it's we, and I'm like that kind of stuck with me. So when I say we're gonna take this trade here, it's not we all together. It's just me, and then you just do what you do. All right, let's see here. So, Lenny, you're in any trades?
Yeah, I'm looking at Tesla. Yes, I'm in Tesla for long now, but there's still some resistance at 300, which I
You
don't
are in
like.
long for a Tesla? You are long
I'm in,
already?
I'm in long at Tesla. Yes.
Very nice. Right, exactly, Ben. I don't have a mouse in my pocket, so it's just me. And me sounds so greedy though, man. I'm going along. We going along, a team, baby. Let's all work together. Let's all make money. POTR did not give us our moves. Actually coming back down. QBTS selling off. HIMS selling down.
So some profit taking today in PLTR after the
Yeah.
very strong yesterday.
Tesla.
What are the big tech names doing today? Microsoft not doing anything well, just moving sideways more or less. Google as well. Very choppy, right, in the big tech names. AMD was very promising. I also like my trade, but didn't work out. It's MU being choppy, NVIDIA choppy. Apple also not the best. Apple really doing its own thing last couple of days. Tesla's been a
Yeah.
star from the yeah.
Is it doing its own thing today? Look at DKNG. DKNG is trying to go back up here.
We're above 300 for Tesla. So Tesla's above 300. Let's see.
Nice, brother. What's your partial set? You have one yet?
Not yet a partial.
No, I'm saying where's your target?
Maybe 302, 302.40. If it could move further, it showed a lot of strength. Just the whole price actually can hold above 300. I added a little bit, but I got a very bad fill with my fill. It's a very wide stop loss.
Yeah, I'm checking SMCI. I see the breakthrough candle there, but it's breaking down right through it. Like it might not give you a pullback on SMCI. Oh, SPY selling off. All right, let's look for where this party, how we could join the sell-off that seems to be happening.
PLTR maybe?
A little bit. Yeah, PLTR could be one. How about DKNG? Did we go below the VWAP? No. Let's see where we can join him. Just messing around below the, just wrapping stuff around the VWAP here on him. Trying to see.
What a bullishness in Tesla today, right? Who expected that?
Yeah.
So we're not holding above the 300.
POTR is gonna be a long, guys. Let's get ready. POTR is gonna be the one today. It's doing its thing. It's just holding there. It's just kind of threading water right now, and it just seems like it wants to go above the VWAP, give us our VWAP breakout, and then back to the green at 119.20. Let's see. See, that's my thesis. We don't know if it's gonna happen. We need to look out for that setup on POTR. So that's what I'm looking for. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Our good buddy Thor is over in the New York Stock Exchange today. So he just sent me this earlier today. He was going to try to call in and say hello. Let's see if we can get him on the line. But I'm sure right now he's doing some cool stuff there. So let's see what happens. AMD long. AMD long. Who let him in there, right? Who let him in there? AMD long.
The breakthrough VWAP now.
Yeah, I like that AMD long. Um, Lenny, shout out to you, man, for covering this last couple of days for Peter. Where can people, continue to watch it? A lot of people like the way you trade and your analysis, so they're commenting here. So let these people know like where they can find your information. Put your links on there, your Twitter, your X, put them all in chat so people can follow you and continue. That's the great thing about our community, guys. We got so many different type of moderators and traders. Everybody trades a little bit different. Partner up with a person that trades like you that you feel like is you connect best with, and and make something happen out of it. So
Yeah. I'll post my Twitter where you can find me. Also trading training actually ex everyday life with my group of
yeah,
mentees, group of students. So if you want to join a couple of days, you can always send me a mail, lenny@pcapitaltrading.com. And
awesome, man.
yeah, I'll post my X. And I'm also, of course, having webinars, a lot of webinars on Babel traders.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of the moderators do that. You got Avi does the live trading as well. You got Paris, you got Lenny. So whoever you kind of matches your trading style, reach out to them, see if they are trading live with their mentees. And then of course you got Andrew, Brian in chat, trading live for you every morning. So beautiful thing. Whoever went long AMD, good trade. This thing is up and moving nicely here, 40 cents above the VWAP approximately right now. No pullback, so I couldn't join the party for me, but good pop there on AMD. So nice call, nice trade if you took it. How's POTR doing? Okay, here we are, POTR. Let's go. Let's get above that VWAP. I know Albanian. Thank you, man. Thank you for throwing it out there. We need our move, right? We need our breakout. We need our pullback, and then we're gonna go long on this bad boy. This thing can trade so well. It likes going long around this time frame. One of the members mentioned yesterday that POTR they wait 30 minutes for POTR every day, then they just go long. Who was that? This is about to happen. I think we're coming up on the 30-minute mark. They got this thing down pack on POTR. So let's see. So here's the breakout candle above the VWAP. I'm hoping it doesn't just take off on us, right? Hoping that we do get the pullback, because that's the setup, you know.
Markets move market now around VWAP now. It's a little bit of a squeeze.
Yeah, how's that Tesla trade, my friend? That's got to be
Like
looking
going,
good.
Tesla going, yes.
Yes,
Wanna
yes, yes.
squeeze it a little bit more.
Very good, very good. Andrew's also long Tesla. He's taken a couple of parcels already, but he is long this thing. And look at the breakout we're getting there on Tesla. Very nice, very nice.
Again, right? You see like the strength in the late pre-market that already was like a predictor.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's great, great. All right, POTR, give me the don't do that. Give us a pullback. It's so strong. We might not even get a pullback on POTR. No. It's not gonna do it. It's not coming back.
First partial in Tesla. That is a very nice one actually. Very happy with this setup. Also,
Good, good, good.
so now profit I got made up for my two losers early. That's great, right? That's like risk to reward.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, but so now I made like up for my two losers and now letting the rest run to
Yep, yep.
potentially nice winning day. Take a little bit more partial.
There you go, Jim. I put in my link tree. It has all my social media on there, including X, um and what I'm gonna do is this. I got a couple of email addresses for my DAS layout. So I gotta send you guys that. What I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna put a link here so anybody could download it off this link tree. So once I do that, I'll let you guys know so it's accessible for anybody that wants it. Oh, POTR is listening to us. Here's a pullback.
Markets, the markets are getting bought up again. Initial doubt, but the markets are moving up again.
PLTR is
So
paying attention. Let's
PLTR,
see.
yes, PLTR is interesting, right? You see, like the last couple of days has been very strong, especially yesterday. So we see some
Mm-hmm.
initial weakness, some profit taking, and now breaking above the VWAP.
Yeah, yeah. The one thing I don't like on this setup is how high we are from the VWAP, right? Oh, maybe it's getting better. Okay, because if we get the confirmation candle here, we're so high up and so far visually. I don't like that, but here it is, two pullback candles so far. This candle's got a long way to go. It's just started. If we go green here, we're going long, right? We're not going to wait for another candle because this candle still got 40 seconds to go here. So let's see if we can, if we get a slingshot move, we're going long, or just wait for the next candle to open up here. But we're ready to rock on this thing. So there's our move, breakout, pullback, and this is a beautiful pullback we're getting here, guys. That is nice. Like opens up, pushes down, buyers come back in, push it back up. So you got that hammer like candle, and if it closes anywhere here and the next one starts going long, we are in. Here it is. All right, let's see if we want to go. Yes, I think we do. Okay, we're going long here, guys. Very important candles. Gotta break high. Should have waited a little longer, but I'm afraid that if I don't get it now, that's just gonna go and leave us behind. So, but technically we wanted a little more up here, like more confirmation, but I got a little excited. It's okay. We'll see if it pans out here. Stop loss on this 117.50, so you don't want to go below here. That is kind of like what your technicals are, your VWAP. If you go below here, then buyers are not helping you out. They're not in this party with you. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. Here would have been a better entry, like where it's going up now. It would have been a better confirmation. I got in a little too early though, so you got to be careful because I could just come and slam back down. So got in
But
a
I
little bit
like
too
you
early.
get a good risk to
Yeah,
reward there, right? That's very, very nice about
yeah.
it.
That's what I was kind of looking at. Like I want the good risk to reward, but got to be careful. That confirmation is important. That's very key in
Listen,
this whole entire setup. So
what I like about the setup is really that you see like the speeding up in a 957 candle, 958 candle, it's speeding up with high
yeah,
volume.
yeah,
That's good. That shows strength, right?
yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see if we can get the continuation. SPY is pushing higher, so it's not going against us. That's a good sign. Doesn't mean this thing is going to go long, but let's see if we can get the continuation to 119. Will be awesome.
Look, SPY
Man,
actually in
Tesla.
that regard, if you look at the speeding up, you see like the
Yeah,
speeding up in Tesla is also very nice, right? That's
yeah,
strength. Like the 957, 58, 59 speeding up, increasing
mm-hmm,
volume, low volatility, smaller candles at
yeah,
959.10, and then we see the confirmation candle, high volume at 10:01. I don't think it's good for an entry right now because you would go really for a third move up, but gives it like subtle clues of strength, and
yeah,
you can use that in various contexts to potentially uh,
yeah,
reach entry. So maybe gonna take if I now get all out, I get a very pretty good day. But
yeah. This Tesla trade, man.
you get greedy. You want to
My
get more and more.
goodness. Great job, man. Great job.
Two
Um,
positions, and actually my second
yeah.
position was actually a little bit late,
Wow.
but
That is beautiful, beautiful. Um, all right, still looking close at PLTR. We need this nice pop here. The longer it takes here, the more I don't like it. We want this move to happen quick, but we're struggling to get up here. Um, so we'll see. It's much better when it happens quicker. The longer it takes here, then we'll start wrapping around the VWAP and in and out of our position. We need this pop to just go. Level 2 is not showing us anything up or down.
oh,
Like there's no imbalance one way
you
or
want to
the
see some,
other.
you want to see something funny? Look
Yeah, I
at
do.
W buy. It moved up another 100%. Look now, it's now
W
W buy, like
W
the one we
by.
discussed this morning, moved up to
Oh,
to
this
plus
is
to 20%. But I don't get
this
why
is
it's not
so
halted.
sweet.
It should be halted, right?
Uh, it should.
Or not? I don't know.
No, it halted a couple of times.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay, that's
it
good.
halted a couple of times. I do see a couple of halts in here already.
Okay.
One, two. It halted three times. Two up and one down. Um, So yeah, I got a couple of holds in here. Very, very scary stock, guys. Be careful. Like you you don't want to be trading this, man. Stick to the stuff that we know here. You can make really good money trading stuff like POTR, AMD, HIMS, QBT. Like these stocks, you can actually trade. So I will stick with those. We buy. And how about GPUS? G Take a look at GPUS. That is nasty in the last 5 minutes. Just brutal. All right, guys. POTR not helping us out here. 117.50 is our stop, so we don't want to go below there. If it goes there, we're gonna hop out of this thing. But man, it's turning down. That's not good. Turn to a false VWAP breakout. Let's see if we can hold 117.50. Yeah, we got it. Oh, level 2 is not looking good, guys. We got to stop out of this thing. Level 2 is looking very weak. So double click, we'll see. Yeah, I'm getting out of it. I don't know. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? 1750. I see buyers coming in on the level 2. Why would you do that? Why would you come down to our stop and then try to fake us out? What is wrong with you? This candle is important. Yeah, I'm getting out of it. I don't like it. It looks weak. It might come back up and leave me behind here, but that's okay. I don't like the way the setup is. The level 2 is not giving us anything great on it. If it sets back up, I'll get back in it, but unbelievable POTR. Are you kidding me? What?
The TR's being a
Yeah, no, did I have my stop too tight? I don't think I did. 118. No, that's a good stop. 150. No, that's a good stop, I think. Yeah, no, that you have, because if it, yeah, it's a good stop. All right, I'm not gonna question my process. I'm not gonna do that. QBTS, POTR is gonna go. It's just got that feeling, man. POTR is gonna do something here. Let's see if it gets back up. Yeah, I'm gonna go back long POTR. I'm gonna go back long. Gets above 118. I'm gonna go back long on this thing.
holy smoke! Look at Tesla. It's like what? Like what was the news in the Chinese factory was so big?
What was that?
It was news in this from this factory from China. I think that was the news that I could find on Tesla, but apparently it was really, really significant. If you look at the move up in Tesla, it's still flying up.
Well, Tesla, this tariff stuff with China is good for Tesla, man. This is really nice. Okay, 118. POTR is strong, man. Yeah, going back long POTR. Almost very similar entry. My stop could be a little bit lower, like 1740, but I'm going back long on POTR. Let's see if we can get the breakout. So mad at that stop out, man, because it's just once it got there, immediately the buyers just started coming in. But yeah, I don't want to be holding or setting a bad example, holding through my stops. It's not good. And in the long term, that never works out. But this thing looks really strong. Even on the 5 minute, like you could see the candle forming, man. It's just a buying pressure coming in here. All right, let's see. I think it is, man. I think it is strong. Let's see if it pushes up here. We need volume. We need the momentum. GOA. What's GOA? GOA is not even a ticker, man. We can't even pump that ticker. It's not even a ticker.
Goat.
Goat. Greatest of all time. Nah, you can't pump these stocks, man. Like we here, we cannot pump. Now low flows, yeah, you gotta be careful with that, and that's why I don't trade low flows. But like these companies, Tesla, you know how much money you need to pump and dump a Tesla?
I think
POTR?
if you wanna be able to pump the market, you should like build some kind of a Twitter channel with like for years, you just build the best best news outlet, like the best instant news outlet. And then,
Yeah,
like once in a
yes.
while,
You
you
got to be
just
a
put
professional
something.
pump and dump coming from like, politicians, high level stuff. We ain't doing any of that, man. It's just there's not enough
No,
money
we
to
cannot do it. No, no, we
no,
cannot
no,
do
no.
that at all.
No way. I remember somebody was trying to, right, roaring kitty, that type of level. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Pelosi, absolutely. Any major politician. Yes, I remember somebody was trying to quick story. They were trying to say that Andrew was a pump and dump chat room, and I'm like, this
Oof,
person has no idea how stocks works. And even with Andrew's big account, you can't pump up a Tesla or an Apple. I mean, it's
I don't
just
know.
not the way it works, man. You need a lot.
We can only pump and blow up. That's what we can do, but not
That's
pump and.
it. Yeah, exactly. It's just no way. Now these low flow stocks, yes, and you got to be very, very careful. Pump and dump Nvidia. Yeah, right? Like, okay, good job. Good luck trying to pump and dump Nvidia. You'll run out of money
I
no
just went,
matter
by the
how
way, all out in
large.
Tesla at 306. I thought I couldn't hold
Yeah,
anymore. I was
Tesla
planning
pulling back here. I
to
see
hold
that.
it the rest of the day, but
Great trade, man. Great trade.
nice move up. Yeah, sometimes I think it's also like, we always fixated on like wait for the level break and then the retest and go long. But I think in some situations, I think it's also better to actually get in before the level breakout. And only in some circumstances, right? It does mean to go out before the level breakout. But sometimes if you wait for after the level, like the risk reward gets so much worse, right? And then everybody getting in, and then you get a bad fill. So sometimes if it's really strong, it could also be advantageous actually to
Mm-hmm.
get in before the level breakout. In this case, at 300, I felt so
Yeah.
much upward pressure, so I thought it was worth it. And then you also see like that really something is switching because I remember the 300 level was also important a while ago, actually half a year ago, right? Then you also definitely see like there could be a point where like short is getting out because you can imagine there are like also people short in Tesla, right? And they're looking at Tesla every day
Yeah.
with fear. They're like, okay, what's going on? Shit, we're going up. Then they saw the squeeze like a couple of weeks ago, and then you see this 300 level, never seeing breaking out. And at a certain point,
Mm-hmm.
shorts need to get out, and it could also change the dynamic. And, and sometimes you want to actually already in before the change of the dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah. I see Andrew there. Amazing trade on Tesla. If he brings it up, I'll show you guys what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a awesome trade, man, on Tesla as well. And what else? Chat room, couple of trades in chat. It was a great day today, man. My trading sucked today out of all the days, but the opportunities were so good today. I mean, I don't know what else you could ask for. We got some really nice moves. Hood was an excellent move. QBTS was pretty good. Tesla was good, but I don't see. I would have not taken that trade. What else? A lot of great moves that I normally would take. So today was a really good day. You really got a lot going. So as we get later in the day, I think it's gonna get choppier, unless we get some kind of catalyst. As volume dies down, it'll probably get flat. So right now for me, one green trend DKNG and red trend on PLTR, and we're in PLTR now. See if we can get the breakout, but as volume dies down, it becomes a little bit more difficult to get to that previous day close. So we'll see how
Yeah.
it
So I
goes.
had, I had three trades today. Actually, I like my. It's not the most. It won't win the beauty contest. It's trade in AMD, but still I like it. There was some selling pressure on top, but still like the first minute was strong. Inside candle, breakout candle above the trend line.
Yep.
Uh, Higher volume, and yeah, AMD. My anticipation was it was going to be in play. Perhaps it's the confirmation bias, right? I felt it was strong, and then like perhaps I was looking a little bit for the confirmation, but still, I think it was okay. I think at the end of the month, if I this won't is the one that's gonna kill my win rate. Hims was
Yep.
also
Yep.
okay, I think, but it didn't have no continuation. But then Tesla made up for everything. I have two full positions in Tesla,
Nice. Nice.
and that made the big move, right? And then you see like how risk to reward can make a difference. Like you can lose, but as long as you're in the winners, you should be win enough to make up for the losses and also a little bit more, right? There's like this saying, you cannot go broke by taking profit. Well, I think you have to definitely
Yeah,
let your
yeah,
winners run a little bit. Otherwise, yeah, you don't go broke by going profit, but like you will go broke by having your winners not uh, compensating enough for the losers, right? I think in
yeah,
life it's
yeah,
about trying out a lot of different things, and then like you can make mistakes, lose here, there, things don't work out, but if you're good, you should be really good. And I think that's also should be applied to the stock market, and that's also shown today, right? So I had two losers in AMD and HIMS, and then a big winner in Tesla, where I went in actually with two positions, and that made my day
yeah.
pretty good.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, yeah. The numbers got to work. The numbers got to work. It's a numbers game. Well, it's a mental game, really. Like mental game in our chat here. It's a mental game for sure, 100%. And the numbers, probabilities. You gotta believe in probabilities, risk to reward. It's all got to tie in, you know. Um, and I always tell people like, for example, like I take partials very aggressive, right? So I could definitely make more money if I was holding longer, but it's just it doesn't work for me, you know. So it's a balance, right? So many things, so many variables. It's a
Yes.
balance. You got to find what you can do consistently. Consistency is king, you know, because if you're not consistent, if you cannot be consistent, then you know it doesn't matter. You're not gonna last long. And then
I
with
re
that consistency, you know, it's probabilities and risk to reward. So much things happening. Yep, I see it, guys. I am looking at PLTR on my screen here, so it
yeah.
is going, but I don't trust it here. Let's see if we can actually get going. We need
Yeah, What
119.
what you're saying about it, consistency is really like some a moment of insight that I had when I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to study like swing trading, okay, and then I was trying to
Oh
look for
yeah,
these
yeah.
like what are these winners actually doing in swing trading, and then what I find out, you got like these some of these people winning in swing trading, and they really have like this strategy, okay, really like they have like a set of variables where the situation needs to require before getting in, and they won. Okay, they won, and they won over a long time period of time, like 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
15 years. So it worked for them. But there
Yeah,
were
yep.
periods where they just lost like 3 or 4 months in a row, right? And then you think like, it doesn't matter, right? Like if you win like 10 years straight, well, if you lose like 3 or 4 months in a row, or actually a few times, what does it matter? But actually, like it's also about like that system, right? Keep on going with your system, at least for them, right? Because they had trust in it, they worked it, and that shows the consistency uh, that sometimes the long-term numbers are needed to play something out, and that also
Mm-hmm.
what makes
Mm-hmm.
it complex, right? Because you need to assess when is something not working and when is something working, when you should have confidence in it, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also something like what you also a little bit of a misconception that you see like in this modern self-help. Everybody's speaking about get to your goals, don't give up on your goals. But I think the first step is actually to watch, do you have actually the right goals, right? Some people think like I need to proceed to my goals, but the first step is actually to uh, check up and be really critical. Do I actually have the right goals? And it's also with trading what makes it hard, right? You need to have a consistency, you need to have a system that you want to trade, but at the same time, you also need to be critical. Like, is it actually like the right system? Is it actually the right thing? And that's, of
Mm-hmm.
course, what
Mm-hmm.
makes trading such a very challenging and fun endeavor, but also hard.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely challenging. Yeah, pick wrestler 100%. Don't be consistent. Can be consistent if you don't have an edge. Absolutely, you gotta have the edge, and the process gotta be the same over and over and over again. And then on top of that, you need a big sample set. And what happens with trading, um, for example, like my strategy, this BVAT breakout that we're doing, right, and this 5 minute RB, there's not that many shots you're going to take per day. So it takes even longer because to get these good quality setups, it takes a while. Like I'm not gonna get a good 5 minute RB now, almost past the hour. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a good 5 minute RB. So yes, I can go in simulation, replay, and practice, but it's never the same as trading live. Like you get very good at it, it's important, but it's never the same as a live environment. But so it takes time. It takes time to get those good quality looks you can keep practicing in. Um, with that said, guys, it's 10:29. Let's do a nice stretch here. Get our bodies moving. Let's reach out and grab that mouse. Hit that thumbs up. We're sitting at 271. Click it 3 times if you need to. Don't click it 2. Don't click it 4. 3 times is the way to go, and kind of stretch those fingers. Get ready for the next trade, right? So hit that thumbs up. Get us to 400 would be awesome if we could do that. Really appreciate it. As POTR just struggles. Really having a hard time here to get going, but we'll see. I feel exhausted today, man. I don't know what's going on. I feel tired. Like, this was a very stressful trading day, I think, for me. It's like getting in this stopped me out. Getting this, taking a partial, then stops me out. Although it was a small green on DK and G. And then POTR has just been stressful. Like, it has not been an easy day like it has been every day this week. POTR does look strong because market is selling off. Yeah, that market sell-off is going to kill us here on POTR. If we get out here, we make our money back.
So what is being said? I wonder.
Yeah. So right now we're flat. We're almost going flat on POTR. We'll cover the loser, but I don't want to just cover the loser. I want to get to 119. But yeah, I do see that sell-off on the SPY, Tesla. That's not going to help us at all. Let's see how long-lived this is going to be.
Yeah. Actually, 40 minutes ago, the Swiss president said that the American side clearly committed to accelerate the process on tariff talks. So they really that's good news on the US and China talks, who are actually like holding the Chinese talks in Switzerland.
Yeah. It's got to be something more recent, though. I think 40 minutes ago. It's pretty far out. It's got to be something.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Let's see if we find something. I don't see anything.
Let's hope the India-Pakistan conflict also doesn't escalate over the weekend.
Yeah. Nah, I think it's de-escalating now. It's all de-escalating. I don't think it's you're gonna see it, no negative news, but you never know. Somebody could. When they go to me, cultures are very different. Hopefully, these guys are familiar with the Chinese culture, right? If you go to me and you do something that pisses the other person off and get to a pissing match, they come out there with, instead of less tariff, more tariffs. Oh man, that would be funny, but that's not gonna happen. These guys, both parties want to bring this down, and they both want to start making trade deals and making money, right? So
it would be funny, like if they end up the meeting just screaming at each other, throwing things at each other.
Like right when you start the meeting, like let's bring it down to 40% on each side. Yeah, no problem. And then somebody goes out and does something stupid. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Look at Andrew's trade. As we wait for this paint to dry on POTR, we're long here, just kind of waiting to see if we can get that 119. Let's see what happens. Let's go to Twitter.
It's holding very well compared with the market, right? It's market selling up, PLTR is holding.
I like that.
A good sign.
That's a really good sign that the market sold off and we still stayed above the VWAP. So if the market bounces, which usually does, that could be good for us. Let's see. So here we have Andrew. Let's take a look. You can follow Andrew too, guys. Bearwood Traders on X. And I think he just posted his trade right over here. So let me show you what that looks like.
Yeah, please show it. I'm very curious. Probably get it already very early.
Yeah, he got a ABCD out of this. So you got the A, the B. You can see it on there. Then he's got the C point, which is a consolidation. Right, so he got in here for the consolidation. Took a while, right? So it kind of went sideways, and then here's the breakouts. So yeah, very, very nice.
Yeah. I like in the Tesla, like how the second minute was speeding up and with increasing volume in the second minute. That was already like a strong sign in Tesla.
Yeah, yep. That worked out pretty good. What's Andrew showing? Let's listen in. Let's listen into what Andrew's doing, because he's doing something here that I'm actually interesting to know what's going on. Like, I feel like I'm missing out. Let's listen into what he is actually showing here. Let's see if we could do that. Oh, we got Bloomberg running in the background. Where's Bloomberg? Balance of
Actually,
power.
actually, Lyft also strong. You can see the volume signals. If you look at Lyft, each time the red candles have like lower volume
Mm-hmm.
than the red candles are,
Oh,
but like at the same time the candles are very ugly. So sorry, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I
Just look.
missed it. He took it off already. I don't know. He was showing something on the replay. Maybe some new feature, but I missed it. So he already took it off. So all good.
Yeah, you see like Lyft, like market selling up, but Lyft holding very strong at the high of the intraday. Each time when there's
Yeah,
the red
yeah,
candles, you see like lower volume, and the green candles you see higher volume. So I wouldn't trade it because the price action Lyft is very ugly, like small candles, big candles. But overall, this is what strong price action looks like.
yeah.
Mhm.
Paris chart. What's going on? Did Paris take a trade too? What did Paris do? Let me pull it up here. I don't see his trade. Yeah, I don't see Paris's trade. Oh, where my charts go? Oops. Turn everything back off by mistake. Here we are. What am I missing? My clock. Okay, there we go. PTR is gonna take its sweet time. It's okay. We got patience. But it's gonna take its sweet time. SPY continues lower. Do we have anything we can short? We have any strategies here that we can take short? Hood. Wow, Hood. What a drop off on Hood. That was nice. PTR is not gonna be able to hold this short pressure we're getting from the SPY. This is a lot. So our stop loss 1740. I doubt it we can hold. This thing is dropping. There's gotta be something more significant here. On the SPY, but doesn't matter. We're gonna just react to the 1740. I'm gonna jump out of this thing. But can we scalp this short? What would be a good scalp here? Searching. All of my tickers, there's nothing that looks good for a possible scalp here. 17, 18. So I'll get out of my POTR. The market has other plans for us today. As you can see here, big drop. But I don't have anything that we can join this party in. Hims short for a scalp.
Let me
Wow, this
see.
is really going, guys. This could
Selling out, right?
this could be fun. Yeah, whatever it is could be a lot of fun. We just need to find something with a good risk reward to join this party here. Hood, man, Hood was such a nice
Google
one.
is getting beat up. Google is maybe the most clean setup. Well, tech nano not very clean. It was
Yeah.
so ugly for sure, but it's the weakest from the tech names. But yeah, no, this really sell-off is really happening. It would be nice if you're in a short right now. You feel
Mm-hmm.
at this tailwind.
Hims could be good if he moves back up. Let me see how the daily looks on this thing. Hims, if we... Yeah, let's go Hims. We're going to go... This is scalp, so we're going to go heavy on this thing. So we're going to
Shorting
go...
hims.
Yeah, I'm going to go really heavy on this thing. It's a scalp, so that means I'm going to get out quick. I'm just playing the price action. So if we get a drop to like 49, we're going to be very out of this one pretty quickly. So we're going to be very aggressive. And my stop loss, again, it's a scalping trade here, guys, just to kind of take advantage of this sell-off if it's going to happen. Like 47.90, so really tight stop. We don't want to be in here long if we don't have to. So
Luck. Let's go. Let's go.
yeah,
Hims.
this is these scalping plays. You know, they're risky. I don't do them a lot. Like you don't see me scalping a lot here, but this sell-off seems good. The market wants to go lower, I think. So don't follow me in this one. Don't learn from this one either. This is not an idea for new traders.
Look at how
Let me
lift
see.
just doesn't give anything. It's just staying strong. Let's
Yeah.
go him. Take a look at him's 49 dropping.
Oh, yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
go.
Okay, here we go. Very aggressive on the partials, guys, because the thing about scalping plays is that they can come back very quick. So you want to take money off quickly if you can. 49 would be awesome. 15 more cents. Okay, very good. Okay. Actually, you know
Very
what?
nice. Yeah,
We're gonna take a little more off because that's a good drop.
touch
If we,
49, right?
yeah, it's 49. Yeah, 49 like oh 05, a little bit
43.
higher. Good enough.
Very nice.
Um, and I want to see if we get a cushion. We'll be more patient with the partials, but we're still so close to our entry here. Yeah, you see that? So we'll take another partial here just to reduce our risk, and then we'll be out at break even. Right here. Yeah, we're out. Okay, good. All right. Not bad. Not
Very
bad. That
nice.
turned out, yeah, it turned out okay. All right. That turned
Scalping.
out okay. Yeah,
Cool.
it's scalping is fun, but if you try to do it consistently, man, you get killed. I try to do this like I'm just not gonna worry about strike. I'm just gonna scalp left and right. I got killed, Lenny. I did so
Yeah.
bad. Dude, I almost broke the account trying to do that. So you gotta be very, very careful as you do that.
In trading, you just want to wait. Like just sometimes they're gonna be like exceptional opportunities, right? And
Yeah,
you need to have
yeah,
some practice in to actually be able to recognize them. But it's hard, like to have like a setup and think every day it's gonna happen or every 2 days it's gonna happen, right? You just want to have like a
right,
variety of
right.
setups, like a set and a set of skill set, and then you're just observing and be prepared and waiting for opportunities.
Was trying to scout future being profitable for but commissions killed. Yeah, Scott. I never done that. But I hear scalping futures is really expensive, right? Because of the commissions. But especially if you're trying to limit your risk, I guess.
Nice scalp. So you're all out.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I'm all out. Yeah,
All out.
you
Yeah,
don't. Yeah, you don't want to stick around. Which actually, if the market bounces back, you can find some long opportunities. But I'm slightly green again now. So I've been green, red, red, slightly green. I don't know if I should trade anymore, man. I'd
you took
rather end
three
the day
trades, right?
green. Yeah,
Three or four
four.
trades. Four
Four
trades.
trades, right? So we had DKNG. This was a nice trade. Unfortunate. Look how good that was. Pretty nice, but it came back too deep. So we had to bail on it. And then we had PLTR. We had this one stop out here. Then we had another. Wait a minute. Am I still long PLTR? I'm gonna go crazy if I am. Hold on. I'm not looking at my P&L. Holy smokes, guys! I am long PLTR. That is not good. I made a
Was an accident?
mistake. I added to my PLTR. Okay.
That's not cool. That can
Yeah,
hurt.
it's funny. Like I was saying, like, oh, me and you shouldn't make keyword errors, and look at me. I made an error here on PLTR, and yeah, I'm looking at my open positions. I am long PLTR. Not a lot because what I did is I guess I covered. When you cover when you're long, you don't add a full buying power. It does just a couple of shares. So it's my position plus a couple of more shares. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. So my average is still pretty close to my original entry, right? So it's not a full on add. But yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed that if you're long in a position, if you're long and you hit cover, you're actually buying, right? Because that's how you close out the short position. So I did that here, and I bought just a couple of more shares. So I'm gonna get out of it though, because we did good with a couple of trades. Or should we leave it?
Best.
Why can it happen like Andrew? When Andrew does this, when he makes mistakes, his things just go up and he makes tons of money. Why can that happen to me here? Huh? What is going on? All right, look at our chat being spam. Let me take care of this. Let me go to YouTube and block these idiots. Hold on a second, guys. So patient with me in the chat. I'm gonna just go to YouTube settings here,
I
and
think
I'm
also
going
that's the
to
reason,
block these guys.
why you really want to trade for a very long time in the simulator and in demo because there's so many like execution things that you need to learn, so many errors that you need to make, and it's just not worth it all to trade from the beginning or from without having consistency for real money if you still need to
Mm-hmm.
make all these hotkey errors, like all these hotkey errors, I made them at least like twice, sometimes even three times,
Yeah, yeah.
and because you're getting burned two, three times, then you really pay attention to it,
Hey
and it's not
Carlos, how are you guys?
worth it all.
Hey,
Hey,
good, my brother.
Andrew, all good.
Good,
All
good,
right,
good.
I'm jumping here. So if we're gonna go back to the
Yeah, yeah.
bathroom, hey guys, YouTube guys, how are you guys doing?
These guys are doing great. All right, guys, I will leave you here. Guys, give me a little bit of patience. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna block these guys right now on YouTube. We're getting like spammed, so just give me
Yeah,
1 second.
YouTube, we're getting a spam on YouTube. That's interesting. Um, all right, guys. So that was a pretty good day we had on Tesla. So that was really nice. We traded Tesla to the long for opening range breakout and ABCD pattern, and then we just did a 920 trade on it in the chat room, which was pretty nice. I hope that you guys did really good, really good trades. So Tesla was amazing today.
Here, where there's clearly our.
Thanks, Lenny, for everything that you did for live trading this week. All right, Tesla is now completely rolling over.
You're very welcome. Yeah, and that Tesla was really great today. I also took a very beautiful trade in Tesla, two positions, a lot of strength, right? It's also like in the second minute, you see the big volume, how it's squeezed up. A lot of strong signs in Tesla today. So really nice trading today, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. We had a really good trading day on this. I can actually share my screen for YouTube as well. You can actually guys can see my screen as well. Um, what did you trade, Lenny? Did you trade
Uh,
live?
yeah. Definitely trade live. I traded. I took A&D and HIMS. These two were losers, but I took two full position on Tesla, and they recovered everything and actually gave me like a nice profitable day. Beautiful long setups in Tesla.
Nice. Yeah, Tesla was amazing long. Yeah. So I had so you guys can see my screen. I had a really nice trade on Tesla on the long side twice, and then through the 300 calls as well. So both of them turned out to be nice. $21,000 profit here, and yeah, we're sitting in our hand. It seems that people love I love your live trading. There's a lot of still viewers sitting. There's still a lot of calls. Um, that's sorry, a lot of likes. Man, I'm having a speech problem. I think I had a stroke or something. Like the words doesn't come to my mind.
Aye.
Um, I swear I
Could
had.
also be stress, eh? Could also be stress. Like from the last months, perhaps. I've noticed
Yeah,
like in periods of stress, my memory gets less. I just forget things. Sometimes stress also can be damaging.
yeah. The
No.
words doesn't come into my mouth. Sometimes it's just like a,
Okay.
yeah, frog. Maybe it's frog related. I don't know. Maybe it's just my neurons are damaged completely, but my mind is foggy. Like the words sometimes doesn't come into my mind. Because my dad had a couple of a stroke. Eventually, he died very early. I think it's in our blood to die early.
I
Yesterday, I was thinking that, I have a lot of money and I probably don't have a lot of time because my dad had the first stroke at 40 and then the second one at 50 and he died. So I might actually have another 5 or 6 month year, good year. So I was thinking of stop trading and just all the money that I have, just go, $1 million a year, just waste it until I die.
yeah, but I think in the end you do want to have a challenge. You want to we get motivated by big challenges. So we'll find a way to put our teeth in the end anyway. It's
Yeah. Which one is a challenge? Spending $1 million a year is a challenge? I can do it for
that's
you,
also
no problem.
that's also a good challenge.
Oh yeah, I can burn it for you easily. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, Mike J, believe me, my life is not super healthy. Like I think I'm abusing my body a lot. Guys, on YouTube, I wanted to mention that we have a real-time simulator for free on YouTube that honestly, I've been working on this a lot. You guys can see it on my screen right now. And so you can actually trade live on it and you can practice. Soon I'm gonna launch like this competition on the trading terminal simulator as soon as some of the bugs are okay and done. So it has all the indicators that we are needed and everything that you're really looking for, getting some early trades and early education on that. It's free for now. It's cost me a lot of money to host it with the data and everything. So I want to encourage everybody to go and practice in it. And if you have any comment or feedback, just put it in here. Any feedback that you want to add in there, hey, it's awesome or not. So you can see on the right side, it's good. Whatever that it is, send it to me. Hopefully by the next couple of weeks, we have all the bugs. And then I slowly, when it's stable, the performance is stable. I want to add like hotkeys, more indicators and everything, better UI UX. And then that could be a really good starting point. You can potentially add level 2 and book map in there as well. So um, you can actually, practice on that. So that's my gift to the community for now, with people in the YouTube especially. Yeah, so 10-day challenge using the simulator, that's amazing because the problem with DAS is pretty expensive for a lot of people who want to just jump in early. It's pretty expensive. A lot of people might not really need the real-time simulator, $500 for 3 months. If you want to come and make a couple of trades and get disqualified, why do you pay such an expensive platform? So it could be a good starting point. And then if you graduate to a really good trading, you want to really become a trader, you can switch to more sophisticated and professional platforms like DAS. So that could be something. And I slowly build this one. If I don't run out of the money, I slowly build this one. It's really a very, very good platform, real time, a web-based application. So, um,
Andrew, something else. I'm gonna hop off because I need to prepare for the P Capital Group D meeting in 15 minutes from now. So yeah,
awesome.
you-
Thank you so much. Give it a
you're
like
welcome.
for Lenny for really leading the charge for us in YouTube. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Really, really appreciate that. Great trading as well. And great market analysis. It seems that you're really following the macroeconomic news and everything as well. So that's great.
yeah. I think it's very interesting. All right, it's like one big puzzle. It's like the most intellectual puzzle out there, the financial markets, and it just gives it's a lot of fun, right? Every time learn a little bit more, understanding a little bit more. That's just all good. So, guys, on YouTube was my pleasure. Yeah, you can follow me on X if you want more updates. I'll post the link. Any question, you can always send me a mail, Lenny at pcapitaltrading.com. And yeah, I hope to see you soon again. It was great trading with you this weekend. All right, Andrew, speak to you later.
Yeah, thank you so
Bye.
much. Yeah, P Capital, we started the bootcamp this week. So it's going really well. It's a very busy schedule for all the traders. That's awesome. That is what we are doing. And yeah, so and one of the reasons that people say why within the funded account we don't have the options is because the funded account, I'm going to give you the profit. And this profit is actually real. Um, the options are super leveraged. So you can blow up your account in one trade, or you can just triple your account in one trade. Obviously, it doesn't make sense for me in a funded account in terms of profit, but there is options in there if you want to practice on the test account. But the goal of the funded account is not really to make money for a living, it's just to have a real life simulation with some stress and anxiety, real skin in the game to practice on that. And of course, if you are really thinking that you can do it, like we had a lot of traders who are taking, like I paid over $100,000 profit to people So these folks can really open up a options trading account and just trade live on their own option account. Yeah, so let me close my positions on the simulator. I lost everything on the even on the simulator I'm losing. So Jovan is asking a very good question. When did you quit your 9 to 5 job? As a matter of fact, I quit my 9 to 5 job in 2019. Like I had my book in Variable Trader since 2016, but I had my 9 to 5 job until 2019. So very important because for me, it was very, very important to have this, the steady income of payroll is coming. My ex-wife in that time, she was working. We had this steady income, and even the chat room in that time, like at around this time, I would have left and nobody was in the chat room. Peter was not even a moderator in that time. So the chat room was just a black screen and a bunch of people still active. Like Peter was one of them. Even Brian was living in that time. So I'm a big advocate of part-time trading, guys. I'm really, really big advocate of guys trading part-time. Like, don't quit your job. Don't, quit your business. Keep something on the side because the pressure of being full-time trader is also a lot. So you don't want to go through this very big pressure in life of, paying your bills every single day. It's really good for growing accounts or extra income, like $500 a day or something like that. But when you become like a full-time trader, then there's different challenges, different mental pressure on that. Especially, and again, when you have a $20,000 account, a $2 million account, or a $10 million account, it's completely different style of risk management and mental barrier on that. In my opinion, Jovan is asking you should never really quit. So that's my opinion, is to always have to keep something in the job and then go after it. Like right now it's 7:45 a.m. in the morning. Just the city is waking up slowly. Now I'm done with my day, so I'm just gonna go enjoy. Like I go to the office to, write a newsletter, work on trading terminal, have some meetings. But if I didn't have those ones, I'm going to the beach, going to ski, going to climb, just do something with my life. Really, it's just you don't have to stick into this. Maybe president tweets something, maybe something happens, maybe there's an opportunity, but maybe not. I never really have this FOMO that should something happen that I'm missing out. And that's very glad. The days, like for example, the announcement of the so this day, like for example, April 9, when the market rallied 12%, yeah, days like that, if I'm not behind my screen, I regret. But I also have my phone on me, or always a laptop with me. If something happens and I check out my phone, oh, it's happening, you can jump back in there. But you don't need to be in all the trades all the time. It's just you have to make peace with the fact that the financial market is always there, and there are some moves that you get and there are some moves that you don't get. You go back for it tomorrow. Like Tesla, for example, at the open, I missed it. Eventually, I did a 2 scalp on it, and it was pretty good. I made, $15,000, $12,000, $5,000, whatever it is on it, and then I'm done. So now it can go down, it will go up. It doesn't need to be in there. So it's very important to uh, uh, have that mentality. So, Tommaso, how did you overcome the mental challenges of increasing the size? So, my account was built, like I showed you in my in Vancouver Summit, that how we, my equity curve and everything. So, slowly you're building it. As your account goes higher, if I give you a $10 million account right now, obviously you're not ready for it. But when you're slowly building your account, it's a completely different story. You're slowly building on that. And I do some crazy things on it, like I did over the in Liberation Day and back in 2022. So you're always at the one decision away, one bad trade away from blowing up your account. Yeah, ACK, that's a really good fixed trading session. I love that. I really, really, I really love that. Fixed trading session is super important. Ask any other question, guys, we have in. Yeah, Ben, you're right. For this brain fog that I had is, I was honestly thinking that I'm having a stroke, because part of the reason to a stroke is like a speech impediment. Like, but fasting is pretty good. Maybe I start fasting today. So average reasonable average daily profit for a $30,000 account would be probably $200 a day. $150 a day would be reasonable. Yeah, no, I'm not doing any chemicals except mushrooms. I love mushrooms, but any other street drugs, wow. So the new book is ready. It's just 100% ready. Just one last edit, and just we are designing the cover, and yeah, just hopefully by the end of next week, we can have it, or potentially by the end of next week we can have it online for pre-order. So Craig and I spent a lot of time on it. It's actually much bigger than the previous book. It's like 100,000 words. So thanks for your support. So Darius is asking, do you have to have a membership to have the simulator trading terminal simulator? No, it's free. You can actually go and use it. And I appreciate actually you guys can use it and give us some feedback because you know the performance, we're trying to improve the performance, and it takes a lot of testing to increase the performance on it. So I appreciate you doing that for me. So partial, I always, Ahmed Youssef, I also partial 10% when it goes up. Like for example, for today, when the market really rallied, for the break of 300, I was down more than 60% of that because I was really having a big size. I wanted a small move. And then I usually leave like 20% to move and I slowly partial out. So that's my partial and profit. It used to be um, like 50%, but right now with the commissions are super cheap, and per share structure you can really have so many tickets as well. But when in 2015 when I started trading, everything was like $5 per ticket. So if you have a small account, number of the tickets, that number of the trades that you take will cost you a lot of money. So that was so Yasmin, we try to fix that one. But refresh and see how it is. We are really working on the I'm still testing like simulator right now, real-time simulator on me. It hasn't frozen on me yet. So but there are some small issues with the order entry, so that we're trying to fix on those, but it hasn't frozen on me yet. Yeah, the replay is different. Replay is delayed for the previous ones. The real-time simulator is on the tab of simulator. That one shouldn't have any freezing, but there's still a little bit of bugs and delays on the order entry. QBTS all-time high. Wow. Wow, yeah, you're right, Svenia. QBTS is at all-time high. 1194 is all-time high. It just keeps going up. This Quantum one. D-Wave. This is a Canadian company, D-Wave Quantum. So Igor is asking about level 2. So what we do for level 2, we usually look for some signals on level 2. Let me actually, there was a screenshot of level 2. Let me bring it down for you. Let me find that for you. So like, for example, this is a perfect example of the level 2 that we had today. You guys can see my chart. Let me bring it in a way that Carlos can show it easily. So this is the level 2 that we had. So you can actually see that on my charts here on YouTube. You can also be able to see it so easily. So this is the moment that I went there and I put my risk here. And obviously we had a very, very big signal here that you can actually, in DAS, you can actually mark it to show you these big orders and lots that are certain size. So as you see, this is a huge, huge ask, and that's usually a very bullish sign. And, a little bit after, this, few seconds after that, this one broke through 300, went all the way up to 30, I don't know, 7 or 10 or something like that. So what you're looking at is, it's going too fast. Most of this information are useless. Sometimes these signals that you see, those are the signals that you can trade based on that. And that's just one indicator. You can't really trade 100% based on that. And the things like Bookmap, for example, that give you this based on visually. So you can actually see a visualization, a market visualization based on that. Um, Lorena, if you want to learn options trading, what you can do is you can actually buy the Trading Terminal Academy Plus, which has a lot of courses in there. So if you go to Trading Terminal in the Academy, so there is a lot of courses in there. Let me go and show it to you. And you don't really need to buy one single courses. The specialized courses are a little bit tricky, but if you go into Trading Terminal Academy, it's like a Netflix model. There's so many courses in there, and actually not. I'm not logged in, so um, traders, Trade Terminal. Yeah, so there's a lot of courses in there. So for $59, you can actually get access to all of them. And, there's some fundamental basic courses that you can have in there. Specialized courses are a little bit tricky. So you really don't want to go through that specialized courses. But, or you can join our Bearable Traders membership. And, we have these some of the basic courses there, plus the, elite membership webinars that we have 3 times a week for options trader. But there's a lot of also self-learning as well with your platform. But the basics and the fundamentals are pretty much the same for day trading options. Oh, no, there was no actually giveaway. I'm super sorry. Yeah, no, there was no giveaway this week. Uh, we can do it next week. Yeah, sorry. This week I was really not feeling okay. Coming from China really hit me really bad. So I had a lot of sleep problem because it's just the time zone is exactly 12 hours. So that was a big problem. But we can do the giveaway. We can do 2 giveaway next week. What do you think about that next Wednesday? So the volume at the bottom of the simulator fab, you just have to just go add a study. Volume is one of the studies in there. So Tesla is at 300. Tesla really seems to settle down at 300. Samid, you traded Lyft. Very nice. Yeah, Nick, we can do 3 giveaway next week. That's also no problem. Yeah, 3 giveaway. Leonardo, I'm always looking for really good traders to join our community. But more than really traders that make a lot of money, I'm looking for people who are willing to actually support and teach people. That's the most important thing for me. Like, I really want people to be able to um, help other people. Like it doesn't matter if you make $100,000, $200,000 in a day or in a month. It's just, can you teach people? Can you help other people? That's the one thing that I'm really looking forward. So that's the most important thing that I really want to. Um, because you can be the best trader in the world, but you may not be able to help other people or teach other people. Like a lot of our moderators are trading very small share size, making like $500 a day, aiming like making $500 an average a day. But he's really good at creating courses, teaching people, mentoring people, and that's the value that I think is in that. Like there's no point for me. Like I was getting into a point in my career that in a few months ago that I was just make more money, make more money. But and what's the point of it? Like you are not here to cheer for me that how much money I make or how much money I lose. It's just, can I actually help you to become a better trader? And that's what self-reflection that I had to, try to see if I can change something in myself that's become a better educator and better mentor rather than just becoming the best. I was really going down that path that, look at this, how much money I make and stuff. And then I realized, what the hell am I doing? What's the point of this? Why am I doing that? Yeah, so that's the situation. All right, so it's 11, 8 a.m. time. Who's coming? Paris?
Yeah, Paris is coming over.
Yeah, guys, see you guys in the PCT bootcamp. Remember, I think the PCT starts, the funded account on PCT starts on Monday, which is 12, I think, huh? Yes, Monday 12. So the profit taking starts on that show. Thomas, Paris, how are you doing? Yeah, why Tesla? Guys, if you get to 1 million subscriber, we give away a Tesla. It's not that bad. Huh? Tesla is $50,000. It's not that bad. Nice car. Yeah, congratulations. Paris, how are you? I can't hear you. I am doing good, sir. I know Paris is going to be next week in Vancouver, so we're going to see you.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
looking
Um,
forward.
are you also coming to the chat room? Or are you staying in the chat room as well? Because Thor, I think, is in New York or something. He's doing some stuff.
Oh, that's for Carlos to decide if he wants to.
No, we could leave him. We could continue in chat. If Thor's not
Yeah.
available, if nobody else is jumping in, we'll just stream both.
Okay. So do you
Yeah.
want me to join the chat room?
No, no, no.
I
Stay here.
think no, Carlos is doing the live streaming directly to the chat
Okay.
room. I think.
Yep. Stay right here. Yep.
Perfect. I
Yeah,
had a
let's see.
fantastic day
Guys,
overall.
what did you trade? PLTR? Did you trade Tesla or no?
No, I did not trade Tesla. I traded Nvidia and I traded PLTR. Nvidia at the open and then PLTR later.
Yeah,
But Tesla, I was thinking it would give me a pullback, but it never did.
yeah, it really didn't do that.
And it never, like, I did not touch it after that. Like, after it crossed 300, I was thinking it would go to 300, but never gave me a chance to get in.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out because I have to take it, go to the office, do some stuff to do. So see you guys on Monday, guys.
Thank you, Andrew. So let me share my screen. Yeah, I traded Tesla yesterday, so that worked out really nice. But today was like, uh, today was it just never gave me a chance to get in. So, and then I traded PLTR. PLTR was a perfect trade that I was anticipating. So I even got a perfect exit as well. So the last exit was at 116 area. and now I'm all out on this. So very good Friday. And Nvidia, I thought it was rally to 120. Today, I genuinely thought Nvidia is gonna rally to 120. It broke the 118, and I wanted to see if it holds the 118. So I was very aggressive. So my very initial thesis was 11760 area. That is something that uh, I was very much interested in. Let me bring up the Epic Pen. Okay, uh, 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 so 11760 area was interesting to me because uh the way it was setting up. So first of all, this uh has been that this area, I don't know what this is, 113, 114, and it was every single time it rejected, never broke in. This was the time it popped up, broke out of a very good, it's a daily ascending wedge triangle. That's what you call it. It broke out very nicely. And now what I want to see, it holds. And also there was a catalyst behind it where the the semiconductor chips curve and everything was they lifted restrictions on for US to sell it to China, and also some these things. So there was a catalyst behind it, and also it was a on a technical pattern, it was a breakout too. And on a short-term area, in a short-term places, this is where this 11760 held the entire day. You know, this is 11760 and even like 11780. 11780 was like this area I was very much interested in. Like it dropped below that yesterday, but it was gapping up above that area. So I was thinking, okay, now the very good chance it continues to 120 today. And that was the original thesis for me to get into the NVIDIA long. And uh, and I even if you people who I even work with in the uh people who I what do you call? So there is. But yeah, so 11760 was the area I was interested in. It popped up to 11820. I scaled out, added more for it to hold the 11760. As soon as it lost, I stopped out break even. That was first trade. The second trade was I still used the 11760, tried to pop up, did not have the juice to go in. Very quick, very tight stop. And then as you can see, when it lost it, it completely lost it. So 11760 was a good inflection point that worked out. Then PLTR. So PLTR was I traded short on PLTR. The reason PLTR was a short was first of all it popped up very strong yesterday for a move to the this side. Now 120 has been that important rejection area. So what I want to see is it holds, rejects the 120, comes to 114, 112, bounces from there, like a simple bull flag. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And for the bull flag to happen, because stock doors just don't blindly go up or down. They basically pop up, do a bull flag, and then they eventually like sometimes do a bull flag, sometimes, and that pullback on a daily is a great shot on a smaller time frame. And that's exactly what my thesis was. The first move, I did not have PLTR in my watch list on the first place. I wasn't watching in the first initial half an hour, or rather maybe initial 15 minutes, but I was watching it if what the other stock is doing. And then after I saw it, I wasn't watching at the open, but then later I tried to trade this pattern where it sells off. This is the second leg. Now, this area I was much interested in for the VWAP, pulled back to VWAP. I was looking for a break of low of the day, never came in, stopped out break even. Next, this is the area I was again interested in, this area, because this is the area it got rejected. 118 also had a 30-minute level on this thing. I started at 118, scale in into my entry, 1184 heavy, and then eventually cut my position because I was very heavy on this position. I was tier 3 size, cut back to tier 2 size, and then started scaling out. And this pop was scary. I was like, okay, now it's gonna squeeze me and stop me out, but very tight stop loss because I was literally risking 11850 as my stop loss. But I was lucky that it did not pop above 11850 and then scaled out to the downside, pulled back. I really wanted to add heavy at the short, and but I mistakenly shot exactly at that area. Instead of going short on PLTR, I mistakenly went in on Tesla, and I immediately got out because this was a hotkey error for me, but did not get a chance to add on PLTR because the second I wanted to add, it immediately dropped, and then I had to scale out to my profits, and yeah, so overall. A great trading day. So how did everyone trade on YouTube and chat room? So what is Hems doing? Yeah, Hems actually. So the more Hems is actually coming up, right? This is the more it's coming up. This squeeze happened 51. Yeah, that was a quick. I'm taking a shot. And ah man, what a bad fill. I wanted to short 50-90 and I got filled at 50-70. What an idiotic fill. So I'm shorting Hims. I would have been already up 50 cents right here. But bad fill. But let's see if it has a juice to go down downside. Yeah, it messes up my risk reward, to be honest. I wanted to risk at 50-90 and then uh, stop out above 51. But now it messes up my risk reward. So if it comes back to my break-even point, I'll get out. But I won't let it go against me a lot. Yeah, I'm getting out, guys. All out. That was a bad fill, to be honest. Like I would have covered at 50-50 because shorting at 50-90, that would have been a 1:2 risk reward, but shorting at 50-70 and then stopping out at that wasn't even giving me 1:1 risk reward. And that's why the entry matters, guys. Like that's usually why the entry matters. Like I cannot even hold at this position. It can completely squeeze to 51 and go higher and I'll be stuck. And but that's the issue with bad fills. But this can actually go down, to be honest. Like this is like I don't want to hold it, but this can actually go down to 50 here. This is a short more than a long. I'm not Andrew, guys. I'm Paris. Andrew just Andrew is available usually until 11, and then I hop on. But glad you like the book. Key. Yeah, see this? Hymns? This goes to 50 now. Yeah. Only if I had an entry at 950, 90, and I would have been scaling out on my profits. And but it's a part of the game. You have to manage your risk. It's like you have to like if it's dropping, I don't have any FOMO, to be honest. Like I did the right thing. I did the right thing of getting out, not giving me a lot of because my entry, I had a slippage on my entry. So no FOMO for me here. Like if it goes here, that's fine. Like, these things happen when you're trading. So Samet convinced, yeah, very good questions. Why did I get out if you were convinced? I was convinced that it is gonna go down, but uh, was it in my risk reward? Was it in the favor of my risk reward? That's the question that you want to ask. I can tell what's gonna happen, but will it happen at that point? And is your risk reward in your favor? Like, are you in the driver's seat? Are you in a state where you're not gonna lose your mental capital? This is gonna go down. This was a very clear short for me, but it could have easily held at this area and maybe tried to break out to the upside and then went down. Stocks can do either, like these things can happen all the time. But are you in a position to manage your risk? That's the bigger question. I was not in a position because of that slippage. I was not in a position to manage my risk efficiently. And if I'm not comfortable with my entries, I just, I don't want to hold into the positions. But very good question, because I think one of the things that if you were so convinced, if you were so sure, why don't you just like I was convinced that Tesla is a long and it is gonna go long from here at 300. But was it in my risk reward favor? No, for me, I want to see a deeper pullback, hold above these areas for me to manage my risk. Like if I'm trying to get in at 300 or above 300, how much am I risking? 298 VWAP, 296? I don't know because the risk reward was not in my favor, and that's why I didn't touch it. And that's the whole reason. Like I knew the second it popped up at 291, 292, I was very sure that it's gonna pop up. Uh, but was I in a good risk reward setup? At that point of time, no. Looking back, yeah, it would have been a great entry and great thing. But at that point of time, it was like a $2.50 risk because I was thinking of a pullback, come to 291, hold it, and then I'll try to get long so that I get at 291. My risk is like maybe $1.50 with the move that had happened. But trying to go long at 292, risking 280, 290, that's risky. Yeah, see that hems, guys? Like this is exactly what I was. But good call out. I don't know who did it on YouTube. on HIMS. What do you somebody was talking about HIMS, and that's when I looked. But that was a perfect trade, and this gives me confidence. Then I'm gonna uh, blame myself for not being a part of it. This gives me confidence that there are things that I'm looking at, that things that I'm planning is actually exactly behaving the way I'm planning. And the whole reason I did that was because of one reason, right? First of all, when I looked at it, I looked at a 30-minute chart, right? So 30-minute chart, if you go by that, this was the area that I was here, and this was the area it was trying to come in. It tried to come back, rejected this area, and then this volume, ideally, this candle, full green candle, should have been followed by, this is an anomaly. People who do not know what anomaly is like a volume price analysis. There's a very good book about it by Anna Cooling. Go back and read it. And this is an anomaly. So this is like the candle is strong, but it is not contributed by the volume. So what I was thinking, okay, this is a very good. So I am perfectly. This is the resistance. This is a trap, and I think this is gonna completely go down at this area at this point. So if even though it does a pullback, I'm gonna be still in a very good move that I'll be able to capture. So that was the whole thesis behind it. This is the area like where I want to see some rejection, 50-20 area and 51 area. And it was completely giving me that at this point of time. And it was completely giving me that at this point of time. So it came back here. Ideally, when it breaks out of this all-time high, I want to see a bigger volume. There was no buying volume coming in at this point. But what I see, this candle actually gave me an indication of a selling volume. That this is like the sellers are going to take over. And once they take over, uh, it gives you a good risk reward. Yeah, I would have made another $600-700 right there, shorting the 550-90 right there. But again, it's not about dollars, it's about doing the right thing. Do you have a mantra before trading? Eric, let's look at few questions. So Hank, how do you push yourself to be patient when the setup is good, but you still need to wait? Uh, that's a very good question. If the setup is good, I'll take it. Like I wouldn't, yeah, I would take it if the setup is good. If I like it, if I like something, and if the setup is good and if it matches, my instinct would just immediately hit the hot buttons. I would take it and then I would get aggressive as and when it gets more in my favor. But my depends on what your setup is. My setup is usually waiting for multiple checks in my favor. Like I explained to you about HIMS right now. It took multiple. I went into 30-minute chart. I was looking at a 1 minute chart. It was like a matter of 30 seconds or maybe like 15 seconds or 10 seconds. And the second I saw the ticker, I shorted that. And I did a lot of things behind it, but there was a reasoning behind shorting HIMS. But the second I was okay, let's look at HIMS. And the second I saw that, and I did a couple of checks, like maybe 10-15 seconds, and I took a shot. And if I find it, I'll take it. And then if this would have, right here, shorted the 50-90, pulled back, and then rejected the 50-75 area, I would have added more and then scaled out to the downside. So, uh, so yeah, it's if the setup is good, I'll usually take it. Wow. So now it's giving back everything, and yeah. So you're right about keeping your stop tight. But for the last 2 years, I've get past my ego of the stock to reverse. You go in your direction. Okay, then you're right about keeping your stop tight, but for the last 2 years, I have to get past my ego of the stock to reverse. Yeah, and I think Eric, ego is usually one of those biggest problems in terms of trading when you're discretionary trading. You tend to believe that you're so right, and then you tend to let it go. No, I don't trade futures, Rahul. Uh, Guilherme, I used to take mentorship, but I don't do it anymore. Andrew, are you using a 30-minute and a 1-minute chart in tandem? Yes. I like to get understanding where the stock is on a 30-minute chart, but from a strategical standpoint, from a tactical standpoint, I use 1 minute. So Ivory, penny stocks and all of those, I don't touch them. There are much easier ways to make money. I've tried penny stocks, I've tried all the different low float stocks, but the problem is with penny stocks and these things, they are so manipulative and they're so driven by one major institution. Like the float is so low that one major institution can completely control it, and that institution doesn't not like they would trap you in a way that you won't be able to get out. So you can trade them, but just because of how manipulated they are, I haven't found a great success with them. uh Taz, thank you. You are not the first person who's saying that I look like Andrew, and he looks younger than me. I but yeah, even though he is how old, like he's like 7 year elder to me, and but yeah, I've been in the meetups, and people have reached out to me thinking that I was Andrew. It was a like it was, I felt great, but unfortunately, no, it's not me. Uh, So Sagar, I used to have that, like 3 trades in a row if I'm wrong. Uh, I'll stop and everything. I used to have that. I have grown through it. Now I'm more into the feel of it. Now I'm into a place where I get a feel that I'm mentally exhausted. I don't think, and I just stop. So HIMS is dropping. That was a great trade. Tesla is dropping too. Everything like this, the SPY is dropping. Nvidia, where is Nvidia doing? I can't believe Nvidia sold off the way it did today. Yeah, see that drop from 117.60 to 115? Wow. Tesla too. Gonzalo, good to hear from you, brother. Shririn, are you the same one that I'm thinking you are? Yeah, Andrew looks a lot younger than me. And that's why we look very similar in terms of age. Shirin, you are the same one. Okay. How is LA? Well, I won't say no if you want to believe I'm Andrew. Uh But yeah, so so HIMS dropped really nice. I wish I was in HIMS, but I had a pretty good day. I am looking forward to the weekend. It was a stress-free day, nothing crazy. What is Google doing? I have to climb mountains now. Yes, the people I was thinking like Peter and Mike, and they're so inspiring about running. And I was thinking maybe I should do something very similar. I was thinking maybe I do like a what do you call triathlon or something. I was thinking I like swimming and I like cycling. I don't like running, but running is a small part of it. So I do not want to do marathon for sure, but I was thinking about like triathlon or something. And yesterday I ran like these guys are running like 26 miles and everything. Peter at his age and Mike at his age, they're killing it. And uh and I couldn't run 3 miles. So I I literally touched 3 miles. And I was like, ah man. Okay, let's look at the chat room, guys. Let's But I come from a professional. I used to play badminton professionally and I used to run back then, but now I'm like, I need to get better. But thank you, Thomas, for the style. What's the strategy? So was that hymns you're talking about? Even I think I did explain that. Uh, so James WG, that's why not set a wider stop? Very good question. I the kind of my trading, I rely on tape a lot. And for my kind of trading, if a stock doesn't work immediately in my favor, I don't give a lot of room. And that's why I'm open to getting stopped out at break even multiple times and even get out very quickly. There are two advantages to it. First is you get to know you're wrong very quickly. You're not holding to a position, thinking that it's gonna hit your widest stop out, and then you're not on your position. So you are trying to get a feedback from the market that you're wrong very quickly. That's one thing, because what happens is if you get your feedback quickly, you can look for the next best trade. So that's one thing. Second thing is that your my skill is to the fact that though I'm reading the setup and reading the price action, things like that, I'm also relying on tape so much that I'm able to pinpoint on where right now where the buyers and sellers are aggressively buying or selling. And if I'm able to do that, uh, and with a tight stop, I'm able to maximize on my risk reward. So a stock, most of the time it would, completely, I'll get out and I'll lose maybe a point 0.5 or a 1 hour. But when it works out in my favor, it would give me like 5-10 hours easy. So one trade would make me, bring back, even though I have had 5 or 6 stop outs before. So that's the beauty of, a lot of people like Thor, he does a great job with having those wider stops, and he has a very high hit rate. My hit rate is between 50 and 55%. But I kill it in terms of making money because my risk reward is a lot higher. So, and that's the thing that you want to understand on the nature of trading. For me, I'm a momentum and I am very impatient person. I'm not that patient person on the first place. So how do I utilize my strengths in my favor to be able to trade in the markets? I cannot trade like Thor. I cannot hold to the position and believe that it's going to work and be that patient to hit for this thing. If you see my trades, I would want it to work very quickly and be in my favor and scale out on the positions. And that's the thing that you, as a trader, you learn from. When you are starting out, you try everything. You try different trading styles. You tried Andrew's trading style, you try my trading style, you try Thor's trading style, you try Amen's, Avi's, whatever you want to try. But then you try to narrow down what makes sense to you. And that's the beauty of you're trying to understand what is wider and what is narrower. My stops are usually very technical in nature, and I would want to keep them technical in nature. And that's how I trade. It's the way you trade. Sai, didn't you think the tape on Hems was jumpy? Sai, I wasn't watching Hems, I think, until somebody from YouTube mentioned it. And Hems, I was when I looked at it, it was exactly at the right area that I would be interested in. And when I saw it and I saw buyers stepping down, and I think exactly this area, 5090, this was the area I was thinking. This 5090 area right here, this was a seller, this was a confirmation for me. The seller started taking advantage, lower pullback right here, and then the sellers took over at this point. I shorted here, but I got filled very late at 5070. And that was a slippage that I wanted to think, right? And yeah, so and that second it dropped a little bit, but then I wasn't comfortable because initially I was risking 5090 and then risking close to 50, so 20 cents risk right here. But now when I get an entry at this point, I have to risk either like 40 cents risk, but maybe like 10 cents of additional slippage that I'm okay to lose. But 50 cents of a risk did not make sense to me. It could easily be a pullback and breakout. I was trying to go against the trend also, right? But uh, and that's why I completely managed my position to be able to get out at break even rather than holding that 50 cents on a trade, because my initial risk was, and I did not even take a partial here, was because it did drop 20 cents. But now I was thinking, okay, now this is like, if it's 40 cents, I have to let the stock go at least 40 cents in my favor for me to take a first partial. So did not take any partial either, but had I had the 5090, I would have been very comfortable. I was always on the driver's seat from there on. So yeah, it's a nature of Adrian, you miss your spiritual talks. Let's do one in the next days. Yeah, so people who know me, I'm very spiritual. I think somewhere I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. And I think spirituality has helped me a lot in my trading as well. Like, I think the sense of ego and sense of these things, like taking a stop out, and all of these things are, I do not have a quantitative factor of how much it has impacted me, but I think it has. So Sai, we would like to see your tape read on futures time and sales, because futures don't have white prints, only red and green prints. But I can say that I can read tape there as well. Very nice. Sai, the problem is I haven't traded futures. I don't trade futures. Forget about creating a course. Like, I would want to create a course only when I'm confident about something that I'm good at. I trade options, but I'm like, and the way I trade options, I think only Jared does that kind of options trading, basically the income trading strategies, and a lot of others trade day trade options. I don't day trade options, but I use uh, what do you call income trading strategies for like selling premiums and credit spreads and butterflies, etc. Which I'm like, that's only generates 10 to 20% of my total revenue. And I am not confident, and I'm not there yet to be able to create a course out of it. But eventually, if I feel that I am there yet, I would definitely will, but not at this point. Sehmad, how old I am? I'm 35. Yeah, Samir Pathak. Uh, I don't think I've read all these holy scriptures, but have been exposed to it. Let's say that. Uh, Software engineering days. I do. I do, to be honest. Some days I do. Okay, let's go back to YouTube. So what is YouTube up to? I don't watch cams, Keith. Uh, Taz vacation was very good. Went to Europe. Matthew, go fishing. I think fishing is the like I cannot imagine me doing fishing. I would get so bored, like the patience that it needs to fish. And I think a lot of people enjoy that a lot, but I do not, I do not imagine myself doing fishing. And I think that's the person I am, you know. I want to be, um, and that's why I love about trading. Like badminton, yeah, I love badminton because uh, the games are really fast, needs good reflexes. I think that's why I love day trading so much because I think that came from badminton. Badminton, you have to be very quick with reflexes. And I've played professionally. Uh, I've been to nationals. So what is your average duration you are in a trade for? Gillian, I think usually most of the time it's between if the trade works out for me, it is close to 10 to 30 minutes. But if the trade doesn't work out for me, it usually very quick. 30 seconds to like 2 minutes max. Like 2 minutes. Very quick. I get out very quickly. Buriza tape, same as indexes. I started watching the tape, learning how to utilize it into a system Tesla. Yeah, yeah, it's good analysis. Do you recommend meditation before trading? I agree, meditation is good, visualization is better. Visualization is so much better. Meditation, it might help you calm your mind, or if you're anxious before meditation, like market open, then of course. But visualization, and I personally do visualization, and it has helped me a lot. Like I am visualizing uh, to an extent that I'm seeing things beforehand before they're happening. Like today, 1760, I was visualizing that 1760, I want to see this thing. I want to see the tape. Like I'm closing my eyes, I'm seeing that okay, 160 is dropping, dropping, dropping. The buyers are trying to get in 160, 167. And I haven't seen the tape. It's like 9:20 a.m. I haven't seen anything of that showcasing. But what I'm trying to practice is what do I want to see when that comes to my level? And what do I not want to see? Like I'm also visualizing that, okay, if the seller steps down, it's below, I want to see every single time it goes up, I want to see some, the buyers trying to step in, every bar stop is being pulled back up. And I want to see a lot of buying pressure. The SPY is gonna, and so I'm visualizing all of these things. I'm also visualizing candles, what kind of candles I want to see. Like Tesla today, what I was visualizing was, uh, and you don't have to like make a plan and then meditate. Like a lot of times I just, a good price action versus a bad price action, a good bullish price action versus a bad. So that you visualize that as well. Like what do I want to see to be a long on a ticker? What do I want to see? What kind of a setup do I want to see? What kind of a breakout pattern do I want to see? And the more you visualize it, the more easier it gets when you see it. So I think visualization helps. I do not use cam pivots. I started trading when I was like 2014. Oh, sorry, not 20. Yeah, 2014, 2014, 2015. Uh, yeah, Matthew, I think that's a good way to look at it, that patience and fishing will improve in trading, and that's a good way of trying to get better with patience. So Tesla, what is Tesla doing? Tesla actually was bought at 295. Now it's going at 300. Yeah, it was the first time it broke 290. So 290 was a very important level. It has been consolidating between 290 and 273, 274. Uh, and today, when it broke 90, there was no looking back. And in this case, it broke 90 at this area, 290, and held that 290 area. Wow. Uh, so now let's go to the chat room. What is chat room doing up? Hey, PLTR is doing nothing. I can't believe I caught the bottom of PLTR. Literally. But I think it has a chance to sell off into the it has further chance to sell off to 114. I think 114 would be a good. So Tesla is below 300 now. Pierre is getting married today? Abiel? That was quick if he was married today. Uh, really? That's good. He recently proposed to his girlfriend. Okay, so I've got nothing. Oh yeah, Thor is actually going. Yeah, wasn't an icy. Which planet is such what to do? So Ivory, I'm gonna give you uh how to prevent greed, fear, hope, euphoria from messing up with your trading. Um, a lot of people would ask you to focus on psychology, but I would request you to go more technical. So have some very strong rules that would avoid you being into that situation. So have more technical factors. Usually, greed and the fear and all of those things arise because of certain situations. And if you can have a technical way of handling those situations, uh, you'll be much better off. So, what strategy do you prefer for day trading? Breakouts. I only trade breakouts, nothing much. To be honest, Swati, the breakouts or every strategy that you're gonna try, everything is gonna work at a given point of time. Everything works in the market. It's about how you manage your position, how you manage your trade is a much bigger factor. How you manage your risk is a much bigger factor. Oh, so Mahindra, breakouts on any time frame, whatever trade you want to take. If it aligns with multiple time frames, that's a perfect way of taking breakouts. Uh, any time frame that you want to look at. And there are different ways of the breakouts happen, right? There are wedge breakouts, there are opening range breakouts, there are, you know, how many percentage of the account do you risk? So Keith, my percentage risk is not dependent on the account size. I don't trade with the percentage of the account. The risk is not based on, but if you want to tell what percentage of my risk per trade, it ranges between point 0.2 to 0.7. 0.2 to 0.7. So I trade with a $300,000 account, and that usually uh, not 1.2, it's 0.2, 0.2 to 0.7. And max I go if I'm loading the boat, that's where I'll go like 1%. Uh, so Teachat, very good question. It's moved so rapidly. So check out the course and check out the webinars that I have. A webinar in the BBT chat room, the education center on tape reading, and a full-fledged course on trading terminal. Check that out. You will eventually understand the concepts first, and then you can work towards on understanding how to read the tape overall. So Keith, yeah, I was trying everything for close to an year or so, and my hit rate was much higher on breakouts. I tried reversals and I tried those uh I what I found out was I was better with trend trading than counter trend trading. So usually and we all hear and learn about how trading with the trend is so much easier and everything. And it's all you need is just stats to prove yourself that it is. Yeah, thanks, Duane, for sharing. I think Duane is this guy who has links for everything, at least for the ones that and I really appreciate what you do, Duane. Uh, so, how do I collect my stats? I usually back then I started doing TraderView, then there was this one, what tool that was? Uh, it was a desktop tool that I forgot the name of the tool I used, but I used to do that back then. The more and more I did analyzed, I just realized that it's better I just do it in Excel. So now I do it in Excel, but I don't do it like I don't do it very aggressively. Nowadays, I'm like where look more on the bigger picture trades than trying to tally out which is working and which is not. I'm over that learning curve. So nowadays, I'm like, what did I miss? And how could I have executed much better? How could I have made more money on the trade that I took? How could I have had areas where I could have added more to the position? So these are the questions that I ask myself. And how do I get bigger? The next time I see that particular trade, how do I get bigger? More responsibly, not just blindly getting bigger, but trying to get, how could I have maybe risked the same amount but made more money? Those are the questions that I'm asking nowadays when I'm reviewing my trades. Like the orders, like the trades that I take, I think very similar to what John does in his session, in his 11, like he tracks the SPY and things like that, right? In a very similar fashion. What's the max consecutive loss trades have you experienced? I think there are times there was a month where I gave um 6 months of profit back, and yeah, and I wanted to lose that much money. That was like forcefully I wanted to lose that money, and I lost it, and I then regretted it later that why did I do that? But I did it. I was just not in the right frame of mind, but going through still going through a divorce, but didn't take right decisions at that point of time. So uh but yeah, so Gary. John. Okay, guys, I think it's top of the hour. Let's wrap it up. Thank you for hanging out with me and have a great rest of the day and weekend. Take care.